How's everybody? Welcome in. I'm real chill right now. Welcome to Coffee Talk, where we talk things, whatnot. So, welcome in. It's your first time here. My name is Dee. I go by D Archivist, and I've been a seller. Actually, I've been on the app for October will be 5 years where I found whatnot. Well, hello. What's up, sis? How you doing? Oh, you're up with your 3 month old? The babies, they sleep when they want. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Um, so I've been on 5 years in October as a viewer, and then, I've been a seller on here. It'll be 4 years, which is kinda crazy. Um, in October 5th was actually will be my 4 years as a seller, like my first show, but I actually got approved because back then we would apply to make sure, Whatnot wanted to, make sure we're legitimately sellers on this app. So that was like I don't know, 2nd week or so in August. I'd have to look at my emails. Aw, thank you. And Diane, hello. Hey, Janet, how you doing? So that'll be 4 years, and, that time seemed to go pretty fast. Anyway, so now I do have chat shows. I'm on every day. I am I started out doing a 365 project where I went live every single day for a year, just to kinda learn something about me as a seller, my business, grow my branding, but also just try something different, right? Because this is a social media selling app, right? There's a lot of selling. You can have both. And then I completed the 365. I did not miss a day. And then I was a little bit crazy and said, "Hey, I think I'm going to do 1,000 days," which is stupid. Don't do it. Just kidding. So I went live every day, and what happens when you create consistency? Consistency turns into a routine and a habit, and it actually is easy to go live every day. So I do multicast to YouTube, my chat shows. So this particular chat show I usually have in the morning. It's usually at 9:23 a.m. Pacific time, but I couldn't be there this morning, so I was like, "I'll just have it tonight. We'll just do a short and sweet." But here I am on day number 753 of 1,000. So, I think technically my 1,000 days I have to add more shows, but I think it is on February 26th, 2027. And so, as we get a little bit closer, probably in January, I'll announce some, cool things I'm gonna be doing before that stream kicks in. What's up, Liz Vern? Long time no see. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, so that's me in a nutshell, and, I mean, there's more to it, but and so in this 1,000 days, it was hard, like, honestly, who wants to go live every day? It's when you're new, it's exhausting because you first start up and you don't have you're in the YouTube I didn't even open YouTube up, I need to do it. I started to. I think because I was still editing something. Thank you, let's see. I better do that. So sometimes I get there we go. There we go, there we go. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, there you are. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the tip. That was so nice. Thank you so much. So sweet. You're here. I see you now. Right on. Where are you from? Pocket. I am from my mom. Mars. Typically Mars. No, I'm sarcastic and being funny. I am from the West Coast, so I'm in the United States in California. Yeah, I'm in California. And don't tell the East Coast people, but they think it's fake time. I don't know. I could stay up later. I could stay up later, so I think it's real time. Shh. What's up, Jen? How you doing? I know. We love Cindy. Cindy, 1 hour only. I'm gonna have to talk to Cindy. Cindy's like, "I'm not doing any more shows." I love that she's selling. I love that she's selling. California is where I'm gonna leave that at. Yeah, just on the West Coast. It's fake. Baby Huey, what's going on? See? East Coast time is fake, right? I knew it. I knew you would agree. Yeah. East Coast is the fake. Cindy, 1 hour equals 24 hours. Whatever. Baby Huey, I'm booting you. That's it. Oh, you're in Southern California? Nice. Because I multicast, I just keep it as California, but neighbor, hello. I mean, I pretty much say, yeah, Southern California. It doesn't matter. Yeah, fair. But it's usually all pretty good anyways. You're on long enough. People, yeah. But anyway, so when I think I was starting to say, like when you're new and you come to Whatnot, it could be like overwhelming and you're not sure what to do, where to go. And you see a lot of these streams they're selling the secret sauce to success on Whatnot. Don't buy that crap. You can buy it if you want, but the secret sauce is in you doing the work and stop worrying or giving a shit what other people are doing. That's the truth. People will sell you an audit, they'll sell you a PDF, they'll sell you what they're doing or what they're not doing or what you should be doing. And honestly, the only way to really get down to it is do the work yourself. Because you'll find you'll buy these, you'll invest the money. Everybody that I've ever known that's bought something like that has come to me and said, D, what a waste of money. What a waste. Now there's other things when you go on streams like that do this and do sponsored giveaways and you're buying like a $20 shout out. And people have said, I've gotten like 2 followers. Followers don't equal sales. I always tell people that come and do coaching with me, it's your money. You're a grown up. It's adult money. You can do what you want with it. But you'll find that it doesn't really, you try it once and then you find out it's not worth the money. But yeah, you doing the work because it has to really do with you as a person. Because, people might come in my stream and be like, this chick's boring. All she does is talk. But that's my style. But I sell, I do sell. I don't yell. I mean, I will if you want me to. Let's go. But it's super overwhelming. My brain is trying to, like, lately, my thoughts have been, let's think like a brand new seller, rookie, virgin, whatever you want to call it. Let me, the archivist, think of it that way. Because I think if I put myself in their shoes, I can have more empathy and understand. And I remember it was so long ago, but you forget. You forget. And a lot of these sellers, and it's not to put anybody down for selling that. There's an opportunity to make money. But new sellers who want to emulate what that seller is doing may not be able to do that. They have a room with like, 2, 3, 4, 500 people and they're selling their product. Mine's the best, and basically they're going to ChatGPT, they're going to Claude, they're asking it questions that you could do yourself for free, you know? Yeah. I'm just trying to share because I feel like if you don't share knowledge that I learned, yeah, I spent a lot of time learning how to do certain things and, it doesn't hurt to give it for free. Yeah, sure, I make money when I do my coaching, because that's a totally different thing. But, I feel like basic information is helpful to many people. So, why? Hello, Petals, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not boring? Okay, thanks. I appreciate you. I don't know, I just, I've always been myself on this app, like my real, true, authentic self, and I think people find that, like, refreshing, where I'm not trying to pretend I'm somebody else. Um It isn't easy being live, no. Like, when I started here, I didn't show my face. I thought it was weird. I mean, in regular day to day, I've been a photographer for 20 years. I think about 20 years, maybe probably longer. Probably all my life actually, because I've always taken, but like professionally where I get paid, no, longer, 25 years. Yeah, about 25 years, but 20 years where I've gotten paid and I've gotten paid well. And then I've been doing that for that long. So, I'm behind the camera. Being in the front is totally different, right? Because you get a lot of trolls, you get people that just hate on you because, people like you. I mean, it's just a fact. You guess I'm a Capricorn? I'm not. I'm not. Good guess, though. I'm a Pisces. You were scared to go live? It took you a little while, but now you love it. It's that first one, taking off the Band-Aid, right? Oh, yeah, photography I love. I did wedding photography for a long time, but then I switched because I got kinda bored with it, and I love the brides, but they're a lot of work, and I really ended up switching from a main photographer for weddings to, like, portrait and candid, so I love to be the second they call it a second shooter at weddings for, like, the photographer because I'm going around getting all the candid stuff. That's my favorite because you get people in their natural element. When they're having a camera in their face, they completely are like people were weird though, like, weird smiles, they feel uncomfortable, and so I want it to be so natural as possible. I am in the estate sale category. Thank you. I'm in the estate sale category, which means I could sell anything that's allowed or approved on whatnot. So if I sell vintage decor, I could sell that. I could sell toys, I could sell stickers, I could sell clothing, I could sell all of that in here. So when I started, I did vintage decor because I have a bunch on this side of me. I have a ton of vintage glass and different things like that. So I started doing that. So I was wrapping, packing, and shipping like big, bulky, heavy items. And I started changing it because honestly, it would take a lot of time and money in packaging materials because I would do it legitimately with I would buy craft paper, I'd buy wrapping, the paper, the newsprint, and then I would, buy bubble wrap, and then I double box, like, I'm very serious about my packaging because I want my buyers to always know that, like, I went out of my way to make their order arrive safe. Like, I didn't wanna just toss it in a box, use some Priority Mail bubble mailers, which is against the law. Um, I just wanted to make their experience a 100% from the time they came in my show and swiped to the time I prepared their package and shipped it to them. I want them to have a 100% positive buyer experience because 9 out of 10 times they're gonna come back and shop with me. And they might not come back the next time, but they might come the time after that. That's why, like, it's so important to put the packing list in your order so they don't forget you because packing lists are not required. And make sure your name, your whatnot name matches your label, not your government name. You shouldn't even have your government name on your profile, right? You only did it once, and now Dee would say, "I'm a serial rescheduler." Uh-oh, Jen, because I don't know if I wanna do it again, but I need to. Obviously, just like anything, they always have that same practice makes perfect, but nobody needs to be perfect. I think people hold off because they think they need the perfect setup. They need the perfect camera, the perfect light. Don't, just play with it and go with it, and just figure it out along the way. You'll get better and better and better. Priority mail, bubble mailers, using those as packing material. Yeah, you're not allowed to use it. It's used for shipping only. So it is a federal law, like, not to do that. And some people may not know that. It's literally on USPS.com. Yeah, I mean, I once got a package, and I've gotten a few, where they use, like, a Priority Mail flat rate box, and then I paid my 9.21, and they coulda used to be honest, they coulda used a smaller box because it wasn't even a big item. So they threw 27 padded Priority Mail flat rate bubble mailers in there as packaging for a plushie, just so you know. Plushie did not weigh a pound. They coulda easily double poly mailer bagged it. It would've been fine, but no, 27. If the post office woulda opened that box, right? Because they don't typically open priority mail. If they need to inspect it, they will, but they usually don't. They usually open, like, media mail, I think, and, they do use it a lot, yes. The post office would charge back the seller. They may charge the person getting the package too. It just depends what post office it's going to. They would charge for each one of those envelopes, the counter rate. So if Whatnot charges 9.21 and the post office charges if Whatnot charges 9.21 and then the post office charges, like, what is it, 15, 16? Hi, Kiwi. Hey, Purdue fan, how you doing? If they charge 15 or 16, they're gonna charge back 5 or $6 for that pack, each one. So times 27. Yeah. Yeah. So, do the right thing. When you're new, you're just starting out, try to like have your first show and then sell items that are similar in size and weight. And then, don't go right away for the 1 pound. Don't run everything at 8 to 11 ounces and you're running like a tiny brooch. Me as a buyer, I'm not going to bid on, 1 to 3 ounce item that you're charging me 8 to 11 or even 1 pound. You're not going to get sales because you're overcharging the buyer on shipping. But D, they can do up to 5 pounds. Yeah, but why should they overpay that $3 or $4? They could buy more stuff from you, and then you refine it. You figure out what works and what you want to run. Like I see people doing these random pools and they're running 8 to 11 ounces and they're running like little tiny, tiny things that weigh 1 to 3 or 0 to 1 or even like 4 to 7. They're running everything at 8 to 11 because if you buy two items, you get the third one free, but it's not free. You already pay for it. You're paying for up to 5 pounds at 9.21. And so the advice on Whatnot, like some people are selling these shipping cards. I definitely encourage you not to buy those. You're throwing your money away. Everything you need regarding Whatnot is literally on help.whatnot.com. That's where people are pulling this info and they're making these shipping cards. I've seen like 20 people selling them on here. Here's where you can go get all the shipping info you need. Okay. Hello, Lily. Welcome in. Yeah. So, it's teach his own. You're an adult money, spend it how you want. But you'll find that maybe it will be helpful to you. But I see people buying PDFs at a ton of money and literally could get all the info for free right there at help.whatnot.com because it's reading. They send you pages upon pages and pages of prompts they put in ChatGPT and regurgitates a bunch of stuff that's not always accurate. I've seen a few of them. And, but people can do what they want. Yeah. But the shipping thing, I think that's the one thing people tend to, overthink. Hello, Alex. How you doing? Oh, Alex, I'm on whatnot.com and I have another chat over here. So I multicast to YouTube. Yeah, I multicast or Cindy is a legend. Yeah, so I'll multicast these shows for replay from Whatnot because they're my weekly chat show. I call it Coffee Talk and Tech Chat. And we just talk about Whatnot. I mean, we talk about life too, but we keep the drama out and we keep it real, good in here. You're a new seller on here, and man, the shipping is crazy. It's, you know what it is? Have you been to a lot of chat shows? Lily, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And you guys follow each other and feel free to promote. Just don't use a link, but here on Whatnot, you can totally say, I sell this, I sell that. Just don't spam. Yeah, I'm curious. You haven't. Okay. So the shipping is literally the same as every platform. Here's the difference. When you are selling an item, you need to weigh the item as if you're shipping and selling in one item. And it also depends. What do you sell? Yeah, what do you guys sell? Yeah, that's what makes it confusing because you have, thank you, Alex. You have a lot of people that have made themselves their own self-proclaimed Whatnot community host. I can tell you, as a official Whatnot community host, there's about 30 of us. Not everybody is a community host on Whatnot. They're creating their brand. They're trying to help other people, but they're also like upselling their kind of service or product. Hey, Nikki, how's it going? Cinnamon rolls. You sell fresh baked goods? Yeah, so with the shipping, okay. So with the shipping, someone will tell you to do it this way, and it might be great, and it might work with their business model. But when they started out, they were just like you. They didn't sell nothing on here. They probably had 0 followers, right? You sell on one platform and I charge shipping after show. Yeah. So this is the difference. If you're on the other platform, you could do calculated shipping, right? Or you could do a flat rate, whatever, it's this much per item. And then you figure it out after. You could buy the label on the other platform with that platform, or you could get it on like Pirate Ship or something, right? Like bring your own label kind of thing. And a lot of people are so used to that. So treat Whatnot like every platform. Don't come on here and think, I'm just doing dollar sales. You won't make money. You're going to actually pay your buyers to buy your stuff. It's just a fact. Okay. Could you make money on it? Probably, but think about your time involved. 2, 3, $5 starts. Okay. But you have to figure that out, what works best for your business model. But with the shipping, you have to treat it the same. So if I'm selling one item and I'm gonna weigh it and say the item weighs, it's a trading card and it weighs 0 to 1 ounces in an envelope, it's 1 ounce. I'm gonna make sure I set it up so it's gonna ship 1 ounce. If somebody buys something else, it's gonna bundle it together. So it's gonna go, okay, she's got 1 ounce here, but now they just bought an 8 to 11 ounce category item, right? So it takes 8 to 11, which is 8, 9, 10, 11. That all is the same weight and rate, okay, to the USPS. That's their little shipping like profile kind of thing. So it'll take the 11 and 1. Now you have 12 ounces. It will bundle them together in the shipment. Now, if it's under a pound, which is 15 ounces or less, it will be a ground advantage, meaning you have to use your box. You could recycle a box. You cannot use any priority mail. So if they buy a third item and say it's in the 4 to 7 ounce category, and that means that 4, 5, 6, or 7 ounces become 7 ounces, right? That 7 ounce item would be added on to your, what we say, 12. So now you're at 17 ounces. That's 1 pound, 1 ounce. Now you've just opened the floodgates. Guess what? The buyer shipping is going to show free. It's not free. They've already paid $9.21, but they'll have it say free up to 5 pounds. And then if you're just doing a regular priority mail or ground advantage kind of, well, priority mail show, right? Hello. Um, so when that's set up like that, Whatnot will do the work for you. Now, if you have a big, giant item that's like yay big, you're not being realistic because you know for sure that's not 8 to 11 ounces. Some people run stuff that way and they're not changing the label. The most important thing is if you happen to get to that, so we're at the, what I say, 11, 17, 18 ounces. Now I could use priority mail packaging. Okay. And obviously I'm going to use a priority mail mailing box because some say flat rate. You want to use the priority mail mailing box. And then you want to put the right amount of packaging materials inside. So you don't just set the item in there and shake it around and it sounds like it's going to break. You have to wrap it, roll it up, put it in there so there's no movement, no shake at all in the box. But maybe you only have one size box. Now, the priority mail mailing boxes you can modify a little bit. But if it's a flat rate and you need to use, you're like, oh, my flat rate box is a little bit smaller and I won't have to put as much packaging material for the void. Maybe I'll just use that. So in the back end of Whatnot, once you sell the item, now if you use a smaller box, you want to, or a bigger box, let's just say, use a little bit bigger box that's not over 12 by 12 by 12, and you put all the packaging, get it packed up. And in the beginning, you should do this. And then you double box it because you're like, well, they already purchased 1 pound. So I could technically stuff the living daylight to the pack. Maybe I'll throw something in for their first time because you don't announce that. You just do it. And then maybe the box now weighs like a pound more, right? Because it happens. Because you'd be surprised how quick shipping voids will add up that weight. But they bought 5 pounds. So basically, you can edit the label. On the back end, you want to go to where you print it on the desktop. Do not print in the app. You will not have the ability to edit the box size or the weight. And then when you hit edit on the pencil on that item, a menu comes up and it shows the box dimensions, it shows the ounces. Just make sure you change and edit all of that. And then you can generate you save it and generate the label. You are allowed to make an adjustment if it's over a pound up to 5 pounds without using one of your free shipping adjustments. But if you're on the app and you print the label and then you're like, oh shit, it says 15 ounces, but I packed it in a priority mail packaging, right? And I got to edit the label. Now you're going to lose one of your free adjustments that Whatnot gives you because you got to go on the desktop and you got to edit all of that stuff. So I try to keep it real basic. Are you guys with me on that one? You're a woodworker, but you make a lot. Oh, that's cool. Yes, it does bundle from the bin. It depends on the item, how it's set up. Hey, Olga. It doesn't, it depends if, how it's set up. Because sometimes people create Okay, so I heard a seller saying this in their chat show the other day, and I wanted to chime in, but I didn't because people get really offended. But they made a comment and they said, if you don't make a custom shipping profile and do max shipping, okay? Let me think how the person said it. They said, "Oh, if you let Whatnot bundle, the buyer's gonna overpay on shipping. And you should do your shows only at max shipping." But that's not true. That's false. That's terrible information. That's confusing. Yeah, you wanna always print on the desktop because you can edit the label before. And if say, for example, you put in there and then you realize, like I said, it's too heavy or too bulky, and you go in and edit, it's gonna charge you. And Whatnot will allow you to make that adjustment. Say it's 15 ounces, but now you know it's like 3 pounds. You made a mistake, or you accidentally put 1 to 3 ounces on the item, and it should have been 1 to 3 pound or 1 to 2 pounds. Yeah, you can edit on desktop. It's just better to ship that way. And you need to make sure that, imagine selling one item to one person. And there's a lot of people with different opinions, but I can tell you right now from using this app as long as I have, I only make custom shipping profiles when the item's like 5 pounds and it's like some fragile item. I do not make custom shipping profiles. It costs the buyer more money if you ask. So the custom shipping profile now works in some categories like clothing. Clothing sellers do flat rate, and then they can, do a custom shipping profile, so maybe, 7 or 8 items bundled to a box, depending what they're selling. That doesn't charge a buyer more, that just keeps your shipping down. So maybe you got 7, 8 killer items, and you paid $9.21. Yes, they can fit up to 70 pounds in one box, but the thing is with those boxes, they're not that big. Now, if they were to ship it the other way where it was over 5 pounds and it defaulted to ground advantage, which means your own box over 5 pounds, that's the default on Whatnot, and you have a box that's like 14 by 14 by 12 and it weighs 12 pounds, it's probably gonna cost a little bit of money. It could be 18, $20. It's still cheaper than the post office. Um, but you get me on that one? So I every time I've ever used a custom shipping pro, and this is through experience, like, doing it, especially vintage. I always will I always will, like, make sure that, 1, I edit the label every single time, even on my damn PWEs. It gets fast. Once you've been doing it long enough, you just go in and change it. It literally takes seconds. And, yes, I've had shows where I've sold a ton of items. I think the most items I sold in one stream was 383. I'm not gonna be a volume seller, that's just not my game plan, not my business model. But if I were selling 383 every stream, I'd probably hire a packer to do that for me. Yeah. Your problem is that you make large, heavy stuff for show. I messed up with shipping. I ate. Yeah, it ends up costing you money. How much do your items typically weigh? And I'm gonna tell you right now, like collectors, people that buy stuff because they want to collect it, if they know, like, if they're a true collector, they're gonna know that shipping, it's heavy. It's gotta be packaged a certain way. They want it to be safe and secure. The worst thing is somebody spending time in your show. This is just my opinion. You guys can chime in at any time. And if you have questions, put a question mark so it'll highlight it so I can see it. When you spend time in a show and then you're like excited and you buy something and then they ship it in like 7 days because it does happen. Um, and then you get it, and it's not as exciting because they didn't package it good, and, they just, like, threw a bunch of, smelly crap. I don't know, newspaper or whatever. I mean, I don't care too much about how the box looks as long as it's safe. They packaged it good. If I when I get a box, I shake it, and if I hear anything, I'm like, "Oh," because you imagine it's getting tossed in a bin with super heavy boxes on top of it. Okay, so they weigh up to 2-pound earrings, up to 9-pound shelves. What are the shelves, like little squared shelves? Do you have them? Let me see, do you have them in your? Because like, something like that, like, if it's a 9-pound thing, I would, um and if you're doing I'm looking at your shop. Oh, your earrings are cool. Oh, I love that. The plague nectar. So, okay, so how big are your shelves? Like, look at the dimensions. Are you able to use flat rate? Would flat rate work for you, or are they not fitting in the boxes? Because you can't franken. Oh, yeah, they're too long. And you have to watch out for the so something like that, I would create a custom shipping profile. So what would be the box size for something that's 15 to 22 inches long? Because you have to watch out on the cubic foot. And since you have such a custom item, in some cases, a priority, maybe doing a flat rate show would not work for you because your item is 16 to 22 inches. And the Priority Mail flat rate box, the biggest one they have for that rate is, I believe, like 6.5 inches tall by like 12.25 inches wide. And then I think it's about the same, 12 inches. So it's 12 by 12.25 by 6. It won't work. And you can't Frankenbox them. Yeah. So what your box size is what I'm curious about. Because it might be worth creating a custom shipping profile for each different one. So people know exactly what they're paying for shipping and you don't get no chargebacks, right? I mean, it's something to think about. You quit buying from someone who I bought a lot because she doesn't double bag, and I got like 3 packages that were open when I got oh, that sucks. Have you ever thought about letting them know? Like, they probably know. But, like, poly mailers, if you ship in poly mailers, you gotta double bag them, sometimes triple. I don't know. I have this different like, maybe I'm a snob, I don't know. When I you did? Well, that was nice of you to tell the person, but they probably got offended, so, don't tell me how to pack, right? Mentality. I think it's so important you tell sellers because they can't fix it. And, yeah. Okay, I ordered custom boxes, they are expensive to ship. Okay, so first of all, you are do you have you shipped sold some items, right? And this the shipping that you're with that box size, that's an oversize. That's like a 20, $30 probably charge for the buyer. If you don't edit the box size and you ship that out and the post office catches it, they're gonna charge the buyer, who probably won't come back, okay? And they're gonna go to Whatnot, and Whatnot's going to charge you whatever that difference is. And on a 24 by 12 by 6, it's definitely let's see how many, I think it's almost 3, let me see. Let me see real quick. What'd you say, 24 by 12 by 6 is the box? Okay, hold on, because I don't wanna see your buyers, like, overpay, but I don't want you to get charged back because that's not so you would take the 24 times 12 times 6. So it is 1728. That's so interesting. So it's not an oversized box, which is so weird, but it's that 6 inches. I don't know how that works, but yeah, 1728. Then your box is okay. It's so weird. You took large items out of shop because of that, didn't want that. Yeah, you have to sell it within your show so you can explain it, and then they're not like, "Why did that cost me?" You know? Yeah, I don't know, maybe creating a custom shipping profile for that, and then when you create the custom profile, you have to name it, right? So then I would name it so it's smart. So you know how when you drop down the weight on Whatnot and you pick like 0 to 1, 1 to 2? I would like for me, I label mine if it's a cardboard box, I do CB for cardboard box, meaning I supply the box. If it's Priority Mail, I do PM. If it's flat rate, FR. So when I go to list the item, I click on the drop down and then I search for you scroll through it. At the it'll show the Whatnot weights, and then below that, it will show the, like, if I click you guys can't see this, but if I click add an item, create a listing, it actually doesn't open in the show anymore, but what it used to be was if I click let me just do edit item, then it won't open, and I go down my shipping profile, if I click on it, it's got, like, Whatnot suggested shipping profiles. And then it's got the Whatnot based profiles, which is their 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 4 to 7, and so on. up to 4 to 6 pounds. Never use that one, by the way. And then right below it, it's created by me, which are the custom. So mine is like PMFR large, 12 by 12 by 6, 70 pounds. So that's like a flat rate, right? But I only kind of use that in a flat rate kind of show. Then I have one that's for a 5 pound bundle or whatever it is. So I would pick something like that, change the item. Like right now, here, I'll do one right now. Let's just do one to see. How much does your you said 9 pounds, right? So let me see if I pick a let me see if I pick a 9 pound. Do I have a oh I have a 9 pound one right here. So I'm gonna change this to be I'm gonna call it test, okay? Um I'm gonna pin this item. How much is the shipping? I'll answer you guys' questions in a minute. I want to finish through this one. How much is shipping on this item right here? Now I'm on the West Coast. Okay. That's how much they're gonna pay for a 9 pound box. And that's not even with the dimensions and Blasian Bunny, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome in. Now I'm gonna make a custom one. That's just 7 to 9 pounds. So it makes it 9 pounds. Right. So let's do a custom one because I want to help you so you one don't have those extra charges. But your buyers, you don't want your buyers to have that. You have to figure out a way to upsell that, right? And I'm sure your work is beautiful with the shelves, but they're big. They're big for that rate. So let me go to the app and I'm going to create a whole new listing. We're going to create a listing. Actually, we're going to create a custom shipping profile. Hold on. I got to do that kind of first. Why don't you guys share your shows right now and I'll scroll back. But I'm going to make a I got to go into shipping and make a custom one. Okay, so shipping profiles. Now I'm going to make a new one real quick and we're just going to call this 9 pound test. And I'm going to do so you said it's 9 pounds packaged up, right? Is it 9 pounds packaged or just for the shelf? Because if it's 9 pounds just for the shelf, now we have to weigh the box. How much is the box? How much is the packing material? That's going to change it. I'm going to put one item per box. And then we've got 24 by 12 by 6. The shelf is 9 by itself. So rule of thumb, typically, it's double the weight sometimes. Do you know how much your pack? Because a box that long is going to weigh over a pound, without a doubt. And then your packaging materials, is it tight fitting, or do you have to wrap it like with bubble and stuff? Because 24 is like, I wish I could see a picture of your shelf. 24 is a big, so it's deep, right? Your shelf is like 24 by 12 by 6. 1.9. So you're looking at like 9, 10, 11 pounds. Let's just say 12 pounds. Because yeah, see, the box is almost 2 pounds. What do you think, 12? I think it's more than 12, but if the box is 2 and 9, we'll just put 12. Let's do 12 and see. And then we'll put 12 pounds. Let me change it to pounds. And then I'm going to save the profile. Now I'm going to make the listing right now. Okay, so I'm going to go create a listing. Oh, it's going to make me create like a list. Actually, we're going to go back to that testing thing and let me see. And then like I said, I'm going to answer. So edit. And then the testing. Okay, now I'm going to go to my shipping bundle, my profile. And then I'm going to look for the new one that I made that says testing. I may have to refresh. 9-pound test. This is based on the dimensions you gave me, okay? So I'm gonna unpin and pin it back. You may have to go out. How much is the shipping? That's based off 24 by 12 by 6 inches at 12 pounds. So, okay, so it's not much. It's a little bit different. So, mind you, I'm in California. This is what the buyer may pay for that. Yeah. You're on the East Coast, you guys, right? Yeah, because I put the actual dimensions in. And if it's not 12 pounds and it's more, it's going to cost more. Incrementally goes up. And you have to create a custom ship profile, 1 item per box. You can't fit 2 shelves in that. Yeah. Can you get a smaller box or no? You're in Illinois? Yeah. You're central. So to us, it might be cheaper. I'm on the West Coast, so my rate's going to be higher, especially if you're on the East Coast. I mean, if people live in central United States, it's only shipping to the East Coast half the distance. If it's shipping from the Midwest to the West Coast, it's half the distance as California to Florida, which is right one coast to the other. Yeah. So Jen, yeah, because Jen's my neighbor. Yeah, because you're not far from California. Yeah, if you're in the middle of the country, it's like ideal for reselling, to be honest, because your rate, is basically you're in the center, so you're only shipping this way, right? Or directly down the path. 12 to Arizona for that, pretty good. So that was just a test. Are you selling these units? And handmade woodworking is really like tough already on the whatnot. But you keep going and it's good to have that correct one in. Okay, let me see what the other questions were. Why don't you use 4 to 6 pounds? Okay, I'll explain that. Okay, so 4 to 6 pound drop down, I do not use that because the rate of whatnot 921 is based on 5 pounds. So why would I make my buyer pay for an extra pound and overcharge them? So that item, let's try it on here, see how much it is. It might not be that much money. Okay, it might not be that. I'm going to edit this item. I'm not going to use that custom 9-pound one. I'm just going to pick 4 to 6. Okay. So this one is going to be unpinned and pinned again. How much is the shipping here? This is 4 to 6 pounds. It's going to be more than 921 is my guess, unless you're in Arizona. Yeah. See? So why would you pick 4 to 6 pounds? You're overcharging the buyer, especially if your item weighs 4 or 5 pounds. In this case, this is when I use a 5-pound shipping profile. Yep. And as you use the app and you get better and you push buttons and you ship more and more stuff, you find little shortcuts that work. Like I could run a 5-pound bundle and somebody makes a bundle, right? I set it aside and run a bundle. And then I'm like, hey, dear archivist, are you going to order more stuff? Because I'm going to make a bundle and I'm going to run it at 5 pounds so I can put it in a flat rate box after the show. Because then you won't pay more than 921. But if Dee says, oh no, I'm going to shop, I don't care. Okay. And then so maybe my 921 can get bundled into a flat rate, but I'm still having to pay what the shipping is because they're running an auction format. You guys with me on all the shipping? Does anybody have other questions about shipping? You can ask. It's not bad using my ship company. Yeah, but you have to ship in Whatnot. You can't ship outside Whatnot. And the rate for Whatnot is good. It's amazing. You guys, I was at the post office yesterday. Wait, what's today? Tuesday? I was at the post office yesterday and I took a picture of the shipping boxes. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this is the large flat rate box now at the post office. You see that price? You guys see that price? $34 to ship a large Priority Mail flat rate box. and people complain about 921. And just so you guys know, as far as I know, as of tonight, right now, I know there was a post office price increase. Those sellers out there telling you in their chat show, "Oh, the Whatnot price is going up." It is not. It is not. I work with Whatnot directly every day. I can talk to them. I'm not an employee. I'm a host. I've been on the app long enough. I've been in the program almost I think it's gonna be 3 years. So, there is not a USPS increase on your Whatnot shipping. It is through the post office. It literally happens every year. It happens every year. It happens around Christmas too. It's like 2%, 3% increase. So, but, fuel costs more, all these things cost more. They have to cover those expenses. Use UP Yeah, I know, they do. But when you sell on Whatnot, you can't promote like outside sales. You can't solicit to go to your website or any of that because Whatnot does monitor the streams. And if you get reported or you are doing any of that, not saying you are, but I'm just because you're new, you might not know this. Because you can't ship with your own label or anything on Whatnot yet. Maybe one day we'll be able to. I know they're beta testing it in Canada and France and all the international countries that we sell on right now. They're doing build a box where they could basically shop all week with the same seller, and then they have one shipping rate at the end of the week. I mean, I don't know 100% how it goes. I need to go into some more international friend shows. Um, yeah, so that's the 4 to 6 pounds thing. I hope that helped you, Barb. Hi, Barb. I do region deals. I do this actual chat here. So I always have it like this, obviously. You can buy anything in my bite now. You can watch a replay right here directly on Whatnot. It doesn't have the chat. Okay. The chat won't be there, but you can still rewatch it. Any purchase in any show, you can rewatch their stream for up to 60 days. They keep changing it. So sometimes you can only watch what you purchased. And sometimes right now you can still watch the whole thing until I hear different. You can do that. I do multicast to YouTube, my chat shows, and I've been doing that since 2023. So my YouTube channel is the same exact name right here as it is on YouTube and Whatnot. It's the same. What's up? It is now. It is now, Brady. Thank you. Yeah, it is now. Hello from Hey, James from India. So since I'm on YouTube right now, I will comment and say hello. Sometimes I don't. Oh my boy. I know. I know. RIP. And then here's the rate I want to show you. Medium flat rate box. Oh, actually here. Small flat rate box, the tiny one that fits like a VHS tape, is $13.65. I don't know if you can see that. And then this is the medium box. 24 what 60? You're welcome. Yeah, 20. And sometimes I don't sometimes my Coffee Talk and Tech Chat, like if you go to my YouTube, the live tab, you'll find the videos. Some of them are members only videos. Sometimes I only have a replay up for a day or so, and then I put it on members only. Or sometimes it's just members only when I multicast over there. Yeah, so don't stress out. Like if you go into a chat show and you hear somebody go, "Oh my gosh, you guys," and they start making it crazy, like freaking people out. USPS is increasing. They don't know what they're talking about. They're bullshitting you. They're hearing a rumor from 10 other people and they don't know what they're talking about. Whatnot will notify us. And since I've been on the app as a seller, it started out at $8.35. I think it just had an increase. And then it went to, let's see, 8.35. I feel like it was like 8.77 and then it became 9.21. So it's been 9.21 for over a year. For a little while. And so will they have an increase? I'm sure they will. So 921 might be like 953 or something weird. Yeah. So, and before that, I mean, there was a time when Whatnot started and they wanted to grab sellers and they wanted to get buyers to the app because they were doing $1 shipping. Can you imagine if they did $1 shipping on here now? Okay. Every month they lose roughly $1 million And let's talk about this next topic is every month $1 million in loss because people aren't putting the right weight. They're cheating the system and they're just shipping it out. So they're not changing the box dimensions. They're not changing the weight or anything. What do we got going on here? Cindy Golden Girls. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. What's up, Cindy? How was your show? I heard a lot of chair art. Thank you for the raid, my friend. You guys follow Cindy Golden Girls. She's not a seller, she said, but she was selling it all. Hello. Hey, creative, how you doing? I love Cindy. Welcome in. Give her a follow. She has a chat show with Lisa List Merch Monster. And there's so much. Amber, what's up, girl? How you doing? Yeah, give her. Cindy has some bangers. She also, I don't know about any of you guys, but did you guys know that Cindy is only selling right shoes only right now? Did you sell out? Right shoe only. You should get it and make like a Cindy trophy or something. I know, I went to do my show. I was gonna buy one. It could go great on my shelf. Was one like lettuce or something? What up? We're just having a chat. We're doing Insomniac Tawk tonight real late. You think you have one left? Okay. Yeah, Cindy has them. They're great. They're in her buy it now. Hit her up. Go buy them. It's a conversation piece. Buy one and give it away and, have fun with it. Thank you for the raid, Cindy. I appreciate you so much. Welcome in, friends. So we're just talking about Cawfee talk. We're talking about whatnot. We're kind of talking about shipping right now. If you want to watch this, you can buy some or you can go to YouTube and rewatch it. I won't go back over the shipping detail and custom shipping profiles because it's a whole thing, right? Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I don't think I missed any questions, but thank you so much for the raid, Cindy. I appreciate you. Sometimes you lose a shoe. Sometimes it's this leg when you just had a blowout. Cindy is the chat. Cindy in the chat? Yes, Cindy's the best. She is. It's all right. I saw it. I seen it. All right, what part of she? Oh, we're talking about Party Mail. How? Yeah. So, new sellers. Hello. Hey, Kim Song. How you doing? It's a mess. All right, that's it. Let's raid. I'm just kidding. Thank you for bringing all the friends here. All the late night insomniacs. I don't know. What questions do you guys have? I think I'm done with shipping. Shipping's always one of those things, like I said. The last thing I said about shipping was when you go to chat shows and there's so many people. Blasian Bunny has a chat show. She's fantastic. She has a YouTube. It's Blasian Bunny TV on YouTube. And she'll make videos about certain topics, right? She doesn't put her multicast. She doesn't multicast to YouTube or any of her shows. So you got to catch her live. I'm multicasting most of my shows if it works. New sellers go to a lot of seller shows and everybody has a different opinion on shipping, but shipping is shipping. It's no bullshit. You have to ship. If the box weighs this much, you want to edit it and catch it in time because Whatnot has changed a thing when they were doing that. So remember, like I was saying, the shipping was $835. Then they had a little bit of an increase to $877. Then a little bit more. Oh, you have to turn it on. There's some hacker tricks to it. Never have it turned on before you go live. You have to turn on the multicasting after you go live. It's the only way it works. So I do it from my phone every time. Yeah, that's why. Yep. And you may get a lot of trolls. You may just get like some wonderful people that chat over there. Always try to engage either way if you can. Hey Sam, how's the baby? So on YouTube, I mean not YouTube, on the shipping. So you go to all these shows and everybody's telling you the same. So shipping is like when I started, it was $835. Then they had a little increase to $877. Then they went to the $921. That was all in a period of like 2.5, 3 years. So people are saying now there's a rumor like, oh, I know people at Whatnot. I talk to people. No, you don't. And they're like, oh, it's going to be it's going up. It may go up, but there's no word on that just yet. It's coming though, I'm sure. But Whatnot has an incredible rate. You know why they have that incredible rate? Because they have a contract, and that contract says you have to ship this many millions of packages to get this discounted rate. This discounted rate, okay? Yeah, I said it twice. Because that's how it works with a commercial rate. So maybe they have to ship 250,000 orders a month to keep that rate low, right? That's just how it is. So as I just showed those boxes, a large Priority Mail flat rate box at the USPS today is $34. That's crazy to me. It's $9.21 on Whatnot as of right now. So calm down, rest assured. As far as I know right now, there's no increase. But is there one coming? Of course. It's usually like 35 to 50 cents an increase, which isn't that much. I would much rather pay, under, cheap as I can too as a buyer. However, I don't want to pay $34 at the post office. I would much rather pay $9.21, even $10. I don't want to pay $10, but it's a pretty good rate. I think I'll keep it. Yeah. Um, so, rest assured, and sellers that are out there over putting their weight in of a higher rate, your buyers are getting educated. They're smart. They know. They don't wanna overpay it. You know what? I will tell you how they're doing it. So the question is, it's crazy how some platforms are saying no shipping. No shipping fees? I haven't seen that. I'm like, "How are they doing that?" "Good morning, Woody. How you doing?" So creative. You're saying no shipping fees or no commission fees? Because there's a couple of apps that are doing no commission. Yeah, but okay, I'll say it. I don't have a problem saying the name of it. Vinted. The thing with vintage, it's specifically that's one, right? For clothing. So, right? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Um, I don't sell in there, but from what I understand, it's vintage clothing. That's a whole specialty in its own. They're trying to drive buyers to the app because they don't have an audience. Laura, what's up? Yeah, it's all clothing, right? It's vintage though, vintage. I don't sell in there, but I know they have no fees. They have no fees, but that's temporary because how are they making money off the shipping? Yeah. What's up? So it's marketing. It's marketing 101. How can we drive people away from Whatnot to our platform? As is Whatnot is like, how can we drive people to Whatnot? That's the marketing. How can we bring people to Whatnot, right? Low shipping. Crazy shows. Why do you think they take the best shows with the most engagement? Yelling, "Come on, look at this Pokemon card we got." And they're screaming. They just opened, $1 million card, or they sold a crazy card, or someone bought something and they're freaking out. That gains attention. And in social media, everybody wants that dopamine hit. That's a dopamine hit. I got to go check out Whatnot. What is going on over there? Look how exciting this is. Whoa, look at that card. Let's go check it out. It's how they bring people to the app here as well. Oh, they have all that stuff. Yeah, so it's temporary. They're going to be losing money. There was a time when Whatnot did $1 shipping. They could not keep that, but they brought people to the app with it. It's a marketing tool. That's it. It's a hook. It's a hook, right? They are risking that. That's the cost of doing business. You could take another app like Jamble. They're gone. They're gone. Their business didn't work out, and they don't all make it. They sink or they swim. And there's going to be some losses with any kind of company, right? And if they're not doing it right, they're going to get a team that will do it right. Yeah, but it is. It's a business expense. Yeah. Yeah, I think they closed. Maybe their app's still there, but I don't even know. Oh, yes. So some of the apps charge the fees to the buyer. Buyers don't want extra fees. Buyers don't want fees. Is there any buyers in here that like to pay extra fees? Give away a Lambo and make 500,000, watch a horrible what's up, Andy? How you doing? Or watch somebody sleep 24/7. Yeah, they're trying to get the business. And now imagine like 5 years ago, 6 years actually, Whatnot started. I don't think there was live sales in this format at all. I love fees. See, I knew there was one. There's always one. Yeah, but that's how they do it. They need something to hook and bring. There's like another app, and they have different I guess shops. You can open a shop of your own and sell. That app itself, I never see any ads. Nothing. The shops that are on there advertise for themselves, and they don't own the platform. So if the platform went bankrupt tomorrow, they would be shit out of luck. They would not own any of the website or data or cart or anything. They'd be in trouble. They'd have to come to Whatnot, and they should. Yeah, then you will pay it. What up? Shit out of luck, Gabe. That's right. It's true. So there's tons of them now. There's tons of these apps now. It's really, some people might not like the social aspect of Whatnot, but some people want to go over to this other one and go live because they don't allow chat shows. You know what I mean? We get to choose. You can be on all of them if you want. I haven't done any of the other ones. I was gonna try one out. I still might try it out. I'm comfortable. I won't go and do sales on YouTube. I don't want to do any extra work. I want to just put the info in and let people go shop the bin, or I run auctions, those kind of things. I don't want to do that. So Facebook Lives are the same way. Like why? And then Whatnot creates this amazing vehicle that I can add an item, I can add a giveaway, I can add a quick listing and quality and all that. It's temporary listing or just create a listing now. Because I'm in this new beta, so let me edit this item before I forget. Okay, now I unpinned it. I just had to fix that listing. That was that 9-pound test. But there's so many platforms. They're all gonna try something new. People are gonna go over there, but like, here's the real thing that they kind of don't tell you. It's a secret. The algorithm likes when you're consistent. So if you're not, and this is with every platform, if you're not listing all the time, it's not going to send buyers to your stream. It's just not. I agree. I agree. And the tools and user interface on Whatnot is pretty spectacular. And right now, like I'm in a new beta where I get to try this new product listing thing. So far, I really love it. I showed it one day on here. It's pretty awesome. It has some little quirks in it, but it's basically you could create a template on the flyer. I just can't pull from a template, but I've always like done that already on the Seller Hub on desktop. It just looks a little bit different on this end of it. But it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't want to pay, me personally, I don't want to pay any extra fees. Here's one, like the other day, the D Pop had a thing. I needed to buy something for my kid. I couldn't find it on Whatnot. So I went there and my kid sent me a link, and their shipping was like 9 or 10 something for a t-shirt. And it didn't weigh that much, but I was like, that's expensive. But yet they're advertising free shipping. I don't know how that works. Daisy, wouldn't you like to know everything? How you doing? Um, Sam, there's a couple. Cross List is a good one, and then Vendu is a good one. On my website, Archivist, I have like referral links on there if you're interested. If you use the code whatnot50, I believe it still works for Vendu, you can sign up for an account and you will get 50% off for up to 6 months. I think it still works. They gave it to, oh, Eddie has it redundant. I feel like I can do all that in the Seller Hub, but the reason why I like it is on the, I'm not, you guys are using it. How do you like it? I was going to try Nifty, but I haven't. I think that's the one that's credits, right? You pay for credits. I don't want to pay for credits. I have my own app. I just need to get it developed for that. Yeah, Vendu's the one. It is expensive, huh? That's why I like Crosslist. It's like for the whole year, because you just pay in advance. I want to say the AI is gone now. I don't have that. I'm in a different one. I think they ended that. How much is that one? Do you guys, how much you do like it? I don't know. I feel like I list faster. I can list all of them because I use my own app for it. Um, I need to get the Whatnot API so I can make it like work for Whatnot. Let's see. But like obviously I'm on Whatnot. Whatnot doesn't pay me to if they paid me to say it, I'd be a millionaire. I don't like say, oh, go buy on this platform, but the platform exists. We can't not talk about it, right? Whatnot establish protocols in place and stand behind their. Whatnot does stand behind their terms. I'd rather stay here as a buyer. Oh, good. Yeah, Whatnot is wonderful. I mean, I feel like I've had such a great experience on her. You're always going to have it's like hills and valleys, right? As a seller and a buyer. And I just hope that like if you're a new seller, I hope you find me first so I can help you with shipping and the things that you have questions. Vendu messed up. Oh, Vendu messed up your guys' inventory. Does anybody know that you can now use? Yeah, expensive. They all have AI, but now you pay for it, Andy. It's like 40 a year. Like the crosslist.com that I use, you can add AI to it. When I first did it, you didn't have to pay for that. I kind of don't care for the AI. I feel like I'm faster and more accurate because I've been copywriting for 20, 25 years. So I already know like the keywords. I can still search for them. Yeah, I do too. I love the Whatnot. Yeah, so I did the beta for Whatnot AI and I would give them like, I took a picture of something like it didn't like Labubus. It called them little monster. I called them monster or something and it was weird. So they can control it and fix it and make some adjustments. So now that I'm in this new beta, it does not have the AI at all. It's gone. First, a couple of my friends lost it and then I ended up losing it. I know, Andy. I wonder. You do all your shows. I redo shipping, but I have some customers who buy 20 pounds worth of items and linens. And you always end up paying for shipping. Do you do max shipping? And are you new, Moon Blooms? No, you're not new. Yeah, you're not a new seller. Right, Andy? No, well, let's just say, okay, you're new to Whatnot, but you've sold pretty good. Yeah, I shouldn't assume that selling like almost 3,000 items is not new, but new in time. Yeah, so three months. That's great. Um, are you doing like a random pool kind of thing? Yeah, I don't do max shipping. I have done it. It just doesn't work for what I'm doing. And with my bin having almost 1,000 items, um, I don't want to pay the shipping because I'm already given. Sometimes have rewards, sometimes I have coupons. If people are utilizing all of that, and then I offer max shipping and they buy like some heavy items in there, I'm paying the difference. So if that item is, 15, 18 pounds, I'm paying 20 something bucks on a $10 order. That makes no business sense. Shipping is what it is. It is what it is. So it would make 0 sense for me to do that. Like now if I were to offer free shipping, my prices would triple because somebody has to pay for shipping. Yep. At least 100 per show. How many items is it worth it to you though? Like you're making money or you're losing money? 100 is a lot of money. Yeah, it is. Is the person an affiliate for Nifty and are they getting paid for promoting that brand because that happens a lot with the videos. Every once in a while, Canon's mama, the question on YouTube is, am I crazy or do some listings just vanish out of nowhere on Whatnot every once in a while? It's pretty rare. I mean, I've played with the bin for a long time. I've had 1,200 items. I've had 900. Um, every once in a while, they will be inactive and they become active. And I'm like pretty good at that. And they become active and I've already sold it. And I didn't make it duplicated. I didn't do any of that. But very, very rarely once in a while. And it's a glitch. I think I've had that happen on other platforms, but on Whatnot about 3 times where it was inactive and I deleted it after I sold it. And then like I was looking at, because 1,000 items, a lot of inventory, right? And then I went looking in my bin one day and I'm like, I think I sold this item already. I got another order for it. And I'm like, I think this item got sold. And I'm like, I sold this already. Oh shit, I don't even have one. So I don't want to cancel it. So I go look in my sold items, my orders, and sure enough, 3 months ago, I had sold this item. And I was like, what in the hell? I did not duplicate it. I didn't even have it as a draft. And so I found one. I was able to actually get one locally. Yeah. So, but Whatnot doesn't know. Okay. Do you guys know in the Seller Hub, if you go on desktop and you go in the Whatnot Seller Hub and you click on Seller Hub and from the top menu, and at the very bottom of it, it'll show like your upcoming shows, your inbox, your shipping, your account health, and then it shows like tutorials. Right below that, it says share your feedback to improve Whatnot. And you click it, and it's basically an interview. It's all audio, okay? And you can tell them, hey, listen, I was selling, and this is a glitch that happened. It would be great if these glitches could fix themselves, but they don't. So I wanted to let you guys know, ... And they will actually, they monitor and listen to this. You could do one every day if you want. But remember, it's so rad. I go direct, so I don't do that, but I'm going to start doing that. Yeah. So if you have something where you sell an item and maybe you have a quantity as 1, like my quantity was 1 on this item. And Whatnot's not going to know. They're not going to know to fix it unless we tell them. And so it makes no sense to email, seller support at whatnot.com and go, oh my gosh, it duplicated. It did this weird thing. You got to go to that other thing on the desktop. And it's pretty cool. But I know personally the team that actually listens to these, because I was part of some testing on there too before. And I used to do it every month, but they don't do that one. Yeah. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't. Yeah, creative. I'm gonna have to check that out. Can you send me the link to the video? I would love to know. There's a girl I just found. I won't promote her yet, but she was really great. Yeah, pretty non-biased. I love that. Oh yeah, I know who that is. She's been on YouTube for a long time. She's a clothing girl, lady, I believe, right? Yeah, I like her. I don't even sell clothes, but I was like, man, I liked yeah. She's been on for a while though. I used to watch her a long time ago. I mean, sometimes I'll see her videos. Yeah. The best feedback. Oh, you were a design. Oh, that's right. You were a designer. Yeah. What category do you sell in Cannon's Mama? That makes me feel better. You've noticed it before too, because I can't find 3 different items. Yeah. And also you have to go on desktop. You can do it in the app. You can click in the Seller Hub at the top. There's like 3 little lines. We call it the hamburger. If you click on that and go to inventory, there's going to be an active, a draft, and an inactive tab. When you sell items that go to the inactive, delete them, get rid of them, make new listing every time you list. Or if you duplicate, know that there's a chance it could duplicate. You can delete it from your inactive if you want. I delete it as soon as it's sold because I already have the order with the information. I don't need the listing. Those are 2 different things. Oh, her videos from 9 months ago? Is it, and it probably will get pushed back up. Ranking the best and worst. Yeah, I see it. But she isn't a she yeah, I see it now. She is an affiliate though. So, but she also promotes all the other apps in it. I think that these apps like reach out to the influencers because she has like a pretty good following on YouTube. I mean, a subscription of 65,000. So, when they see somebody as a creator, they're going to send them um, an opportunity to make some money. She's gotten 30,000 views on the video. And she's talked about other ones. So, but she seems very no, she's honest. It seems legit, but they all put that in there. They put all the links, the referral codes, because she talks about Nifty, Flip. See, Flip FLYP used to be the one that was free, and they did it for a long time. Introduction, there's your hook, and it was okay. It was definitely a weird interface. I don't think they had an app. They had like on the desktop, and then they went to like $9 or $10, like a fee a month, I think, because they give that you can only give free info for as long as it has the value, and then you want your business to grow. So I think they had ads and stuff they made money on, but then they were like shifting, and who knows, the developers of the app could have been like, oh yeah, I think Flipped is fine. Um, then they turn around and they don't charge very much. Yeah, Flip. I used it when it was free, and then I didn't subscribe to it because I was already paying for Crosslist. Yeah. But you gotta use it. It's like 70 a month? Okay. It's a business expense, but, like, you can also list in so many different ways. You don't have to use those cross listings. The thing with Vendoo right now, Vendoo's pretty decent. They give you 5 free a month, and then they also have that Whatnot 50. The coupon code is Whatnot 50, like this. If you go to Vendoo, like, let's go to Vendoo. Let me look. Let me make a new let me see if I sign up, how much it costs. That just allows you to take I do. Daisy, I sell things on Whatnot, but tonight we're just doing like a new seller, a buyer, a friend talk about Whatnot and selling and shipping and things like that. So sometimes we just talk about like regular things too. But thanks for coming over and asking. My name is D Archivist because I am an archivist and I archive a lot of like photography related stuff. But I also figured it's kind of like archiving a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Storage and jewelry under Darlin Mook. Oh, right on. Okay, I'm gonna go to Vendu. I'm just curious. I want to see if the code still works for you guys. So if I go to Vendu, I already have an account, but you could. As far as I know right now, I'll just log in as me. Let me dim this screen, and then I'm gonna see. I think it still works. So I want to go to upgrade because I don't I get okay. So on Vendu, they have a starter plan, and it's $8.99 a month for up to 25 listings. So if you're listing 50, 60 a month, it's not going to work for you. Okay. So then the next one is a simple plan is 20 and you get 125 listings a month. So that might work for you, right? And then they have like a plus, a pro, and their unlimited is 70 a month, right? They're all competing with each other. They all think they're better than the next one. To me, if they can like do auto listing, like I don't care for AI so much, but if and they have it, the AI will read it and correctly do it, and then you approve it and auto list because people are using just like AI for that. I'm just gonna pick the plus plan. It's 30 a month plus tax, and then here's the catch: is it's great you can have this, but now you can't delist and relist if the item sells, so you got to add that to your plan. Well, what if you want to? have a bundle and buy the it doesn't allow you to do some kind of I don't use this service, so I don't know any of these, but basically you wanna bundle one of these things. If you get sharing or you get importing or delist and relist, and then you have to pay $5 a month to reach all the markets. But you can bundle all of it for $12 more a month. So now that's a $42 a month fee plus tax. So I'm gonna go to my payment method and I'm gonna put in the coupon code and see if it works. Oh, it's gone. You can't do Whatnot 50 anymore. So Whatnot 50 is done. Yeah, the code doesn't work anymore. So you're looking at to list 125 items to if it sells, it delists it for you. You're looking at probably 45 a month for 125 items. And then if you go into this nifty one, which is all AI, their pricing is such for the year. Theirs is strictly they call it automation. It does all the platforms. The thing is, I don't see on Nifty. It doesn't say Whatnot on their marketing page, so it's still in beta, I believe. That's $35.99, and there's a little star. You can pay $22 for the eBay and the Poshmark, but they don't advertise Whatnot on this pricing page, so why would I buy it? They advertise everything but. I don't see it. Yeah, it's beta, right? I thought so. So I think everybody that signs up with a paid account can use the beta. Right, but if they're gonna claim they have it, they should have that on this page. They should say Whatnot's currently in beta. It should be here. It's not a selling point for me without that because I'm a Whatnot seller. But that one doesn't say, like, how many listings or anything. So, the most popular they're saying is $62.99 a month. Um, it seems like they focus on because it says plus 18 a month for larger closets. So it doesn't clearly say how many listings. I don't see it. Wait, hold on. 1,500 plus items plus 1,000. Oh, it's got that credit thing. Yeah, I would never sign up for a credit. They'll nickel and dime you. No thanks. They will, especially if you're growing. If you're small, it might work. Small in like items. I know, Sam, you would think, but if they can make money on it, that'll help cover another developer, right? It's not still in beta. You have it. No, but I think they advertise that everybody who has a paid account, there's no Nifty on here. I'm looking at the pricing. Yeah, it's not on there at all. I'm literally looking at it. Yeah, it did. You just discovered that? Yeah, they changed the name of it. Credits. This is what it says. They call it smart credits, meaning they give you 1,000. You got to buy per item. So say for example, and this is like popular with people that are trying to make money. They keep the price of the listing service low, and then when you get there and you like have a listing, right? And then you get down and oh, well if I want my pictures to be cleaned up with AI, like get rid of the background, it's 10 smart credits extra. See where I'm getting? Oh, it can make my picture a little bigger and format it to be square. 10 more credits. 10 credits, I don't know how much they equal. $1, $2, $5, 50 cents. I don't know. It just says smart credits. Let's see what they are. Because they don't have a so different plans allow credits that replenish by your billing date. So I don't like the credit thing at all. It's for AI and bulk tools. They deduct a specific amount of credits when you use them. So generate, just like I explained it. Exactly like I explained it. And that was just guessing, but knowing because I deal with user interface too, design and stuff. So AI listing generator, it creates professional SEO optimization, descriptions, and titles from your inventory photos. So they're full automation. Um, Background removal, you might pay with credits on top of your fees. But your fees cover, they give you 1,000 or 1,500 or 500 credits, smart credits, they call it. I wouldn't either. Yeah. Because some other sites, and you're a designer and you know this, some other sites, they have it set up that it doesn't like the AI stuff and you get less views from the AI. And a lot of platforms are doing this. Same thing with thumbnails. Is it a free app? I mean, people can use it and pay for it. That's their thing. I'm just not a fan of the credit thing. There's another YouTuber that came out with their own listing and theirs is all credits. And I started looking, I was like, "Ooh, that could be a lot of money, more money than it's worth." But again, if the tool works for you and you pay it, so be it, you know? Um, yeah, so that's the credits. I've seen that for a long time now on other kinds of platforms. Whatnot went live on Nifty a few weeks ago. I heard about it a few months ago, but then on their marketing page where their sales are, there's not a mention at all of Whatnot. I mean, I'm looking at the page. It's got Posh, eBay, Mercari, Depop automation, runs in the background, priority email support, and then Posh automation, Posh free captcha solving, and eBay automation. That's it. There's no Whatnot on this page at all. That's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake for them. I would be advertising Whatnot in beta or whatever. You've been so you're pretty new to it. No, Nifty. Okay, Nifty's website. If you go to nifty.ai and you go to /pricing, you'll see that they do not advertise that they have Whatnot. They should. It's a mistake. Yeah, there's nothing even on the homepage. What marketplaces does Nifty support? Nifty's cross-listing automation and analytics features currently supporting Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop, and Etsy. More marketplaces coming soon. Big mistake. Bad marketing. Yep, very bad. List Perfectly was doing the same thing. And maybe it's because it's not pushed out enough or they don't have permission because they're working a deal. Who knows? But um, it could be creative. It's on their landing page. Yeah, but that doesn't tell me anything. It's misleading because when I go to the other pages, they don't even talk about it. They don't even talk about it. So they're missing out. Whoever's doing their web work should update it. Yeah, that's new, right? Because I was there not that long ago. Somebody else was asking me about it. It's more live selling than anything, but people can put stuff in the marketplace. Peacock, hello. I learned about this app like last year, I think, because it's not that old. But I learned about last year because someone I know was doing like some beta testing, and I'm like, well, why don't they have Whatnot? Like, what's the holdup? And it could be, Whatnot didn't release like the API for many, and they did. I think they have to get permission for it, obviously, so they could have it. And I think that was the biggest holdup. Yeah. So when a company says they have the logo on the homepage, to me, I'm like, okay, why doesn't it tell me anything? Why isn't it on when I sign up? So it's on there. That's great, and it's in beta. But if I go to pricing, it's not showing Whatnot. And that was the same thing with a couple of them. Right, but that doesn't tell me anything. If I go here and if you want me to buy your app and I go here, I'm not signing up. I do not see that it works with Whatnot. I just see a logo on the front of the homepage, the landing page. There's literally no information that Whatnot's coming here. There's no PR on the blog, nothing, right? The support, I'm not gonna look in there. There's really nothing on their page that tells me they have Whatnot other than the logo on the main page. Yeah, even on their pricing, if you look, see if I switch it, nothing. Same thing if you get the 40, they have a $39.99 a month with a big star on it, but the star doesn't at the bottom, there's nothing, like on websites, they usually show you what the star means, like plus tax, plus this, or we have another rate at this. There's nothing. So, let's get started on this $40 one. They have a promo code, so there might be a promo code. Let's see if I could guess the promo code. Oh, it's not. It doesn't work anymore. They do if you use the right keywords, but if you put 2 to 4 ounces, probably not. You gotta use the right keywords. You have to do research for that. Obviously brand, style, size, and all the different. Yeah, that's another thing I don't like. It's constantly sharing in the back. It says that in the background. Yeah, so I know I have a few friends that use it and they love it. But I don't think people realize about the cloud background automation. No thanks. Yeah. I don't give access. I minimize my access on that. What do you feel about that as being a designer, creative? I know a lot of them are going to that, but it's it's syncing all the time. It doesn't have a dedicated app, right? As soon as I went to their help section, I knew it's very responsive, which is a plus. Yeah, it's definitely what do they call that? Obviously, it's optimized. It works the best on the phone. Mhm. So they have an app, but on the iPad, it might work differently. Just like Whatnot, it works totally different on the phone than it does on the app or the computer. Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to say Vendu looks like it's better for your phone. Okay, got you. I used Vendu for a while. It was okay. But I had issues when stuff would sell, it wouldn't delist it and I paid for it. I'm sure it's fixed by now, but I just use my own app. Yeah. I just can't use Whatnot on it yet because they closed the beta for the API. I could probably get it if I asked. It's for myself. It's not, I made my own. I don't want to pay anybody. And it has glitches all the time. Yeah. It doesn't have, yeah. So, if those things help you, some of those apps for cross listing, then pay for them. Yeah. Auto delist, right. I mean, as the way technology moves so fast, and those of us who are in tech, we've seen lots of changes, very streamlined, easier. People can make their own apps. They can make their own apps with there's AI that's making the app for you. Plenty of them. And are they secure? Maybe. Some are not. Yeah. That's why you can cancel Vendu. Yeah. And the thing is, I know somebody who's a seller and they were paying for List Perfectly and Vendu and not using it. And I'm like, "What are you doing? Cancel that. If you're not using it, don't pay. That's a lot of money." And then because they sold on Posh before, now they came to Whatnot, and every time it sold on another platform, it would delist it, and they got penalized on Posh. And they're like, "I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I sold an item somewhere else," because the platforms want you to only have those items on their platform. So they're gonna punish you and charge you or give you, I don't know, some kind of I don't sell on any of those. Yeah, it's already complicated. I'd rather just be here. It is stupid. A lot of influencers, YouTubers, whatever you wanna call them, they were taking that to YouTube and being like, "This is ridiculous. I sold something somewhere else because Obviously, as a reseller, you're different audiences for different things. Maybe certain pants or shirts or sports cards sell differently on Whatnot or eBay or whatever platform, right? Yeah, I do too. I mean, I had a closet one time, but I sold like 2 or 3 items and I was like, "This is kinda slow." And I didn't like the 20% commission. Yeah, so I was like, "Eh, it's not for me." So I do other stuff. Hey, Barb. Yeah, I like I said, I try to keep it so simple because tech can really be confusing, and people are like, "D, I just got a phone. I don't even know how to go on the computer." I'm like, "It's okay. You could do this on the browser." Don't remember, we all learn every day. We can all learn something from each other. We don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to worry about what, these other sellers are doing over here or this one. Just worry about what you're doing. Be yourself, show up, run your items all the time. That's what I always say. If you're doing like a random pool and you're having that kind of show, run your items and sell them. Someone comes in asking you for like a hockey mask, and then you stop your show to go look for it because, oh, I have one in a drawer over here. All those people waiting on that random pool are going to leave, So learn those things because you might not know in the beginning. I haven't heard anything about that one. Like I said, there's tons popping up all the time. Hmm. It's just like it's another AI automated one, yeah. When I got my smartphone, it made me feel so dumb. You're not alone. You're not alone. Sometimes, like, I talk about tech all the time, I talk about shipping all the time, and then I can explain it, and then people are asking questions, but my brain is still on that. I'm still trying to go A to Z to explain something. And then it's crazy how I can memorize that because I've talked about it enough without looking at it, right? But sometimes I'm like, I get stuck and I like, oh shit, how does that work? I'm not even pushing the buttons enough. Yeah, so when I do a demo with the iPad and I have it on the screen underneath, I'm like, I forgot where the custom shipping profile was because it is, something I'm not clicking all the time because I really don't make those profiles, but I can look at it or walk you through it. But sometimes I forget where it's at. I did. I purged my memory. Yeah. It's weird though, because like even my friends will call me sometimes when they need help on their PC. I'm a Mac user, but I can still to this day walk them through how to do something. I was actually just helping somebody the other day. It was a client. I did a lot of backups for them. And so they were trying to output, they had a family member pass away and they wanted to preserve the text messages. So I had some software. Yeah, yes. And so I was able to export that and they were like, "You did that for free?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "How do you know all this stuff?" And I'm like, "I read a lot. I read a lot." Yeah. And maybe it's something I used a couple years ago, but I still it's still there. You are? Okay. But you're used to it. I prefer Mac, but I can use PC. I like it for gaming. I have a couple of laptops, but can you play CDs during your show? Like music? Well, you just because you own the CD, you don't really own the rights to play the music for a commercial stream. Whatnot has that in the terms of service. You probably should read those. So be like, you can play it, but could you get in trouble? Do you multicast to YouTube? Are it's kind of a weird thing. It's not enforced, but people play music. But I will say, as a buyer, what kind of music is it? Is it degrading? Is it too loud? A lot of people that have ADHD cannot be in a stream with music. They can't focus on you. And if the music's too loud, like me personally, I don't have ADHD, but I can't be in a stream when it's somebody yelling and the music's the same volume as their voice. But if they have a good mic and I can hear them and the music's there, it usually doesn't bother me. My friend Andy Sometta has a great example of how your stream should be for volume and mic input. It's really good. It's clean. It's sharp. Same thing with Bug, with Craig, who work for Whatnot. They have OBS streams that are pretty damn good. You just found voicemails of your dad. He just passed. Download, backup, make a CD. It's pretty amazing. I'm really sorry for the loss of your father. Um, there's no words, you know. Use PC to run all your equipment. I use but prefer Mac. I've been on Mac since like literally the Lisa Apple IIe. And obviously those were like PC style. Now it's totally different. But because of the photography, the design, the videoing, I stick with it because I already have invested tens of thousands of dollars in software, you know, and computer. I actually listen to 2 shows at once quite often. I can do that too. I actually do that sometimes. Is it weird or what? I can have one earbud here, and they're different shows. Maybe I have it. Probably. Do I recommend buying a mic versus using the one from the device? No, don't use a mic. Okay, here's what I'll say. If you're using your smartphone, your mic in your smartphone is pretty good. If you buy one of those, like, you know, they have those 20, 19, $20 little Bluetooth wireless mics. A lot of times those have the worst feedback. So you can hear like, like white noise. And if you're not testing a playback, you're not going to know this. So technically, my mic here, I'm using this little Rode mic. It sounds better when it's closer here, right? When I have it down here, it's a little bit different. The mic on my phone is fine. It's up to you, but I would. There's like, is it Hollyland? They have a mic that's like 30, $40. It's a pretty good one. Um, it's worth the investment. The little $10 ones, they're not the best, but some of them are okay. They're not banning people from music, but you take on the liability if an artist comes at Whatnot for music in your stream. So to me, it's not worth it. There's lots of royalty free. Um, you know, there's like people that sell vinyl that play the music on here. So, you know, they play a sample of it or they play music. That's also a thing that maybe they talk to their attorney. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I can't the no hype, no yelling. Correct. Oh, good. The mic sounds good. Okay. You invested in a neck holder for your phone today. I'm hoping it will help my lives. Just remember, every time you move, your people are going to get dizzy. So a neck holder might be tough. I mean, Barb, I haven't been in the barn. Use Hollyland. They're really good. Yeah. And they have cheap ones. I want to say they're 30 and they clip right to your shirt. Like Bug, he streams like waifu cards. And he showed me the one, I want to say his was, I thought he said it was 30 or 40. He might have used the expensive one though. But they do have like a $30 one, and then they have like a 200 and almost $300 one that has like an earpiece you can monitor yourself. You heard it on your live. It's from the mic. It could be a lot of things. Like it could be like my mic plugs in. It works wirelessly. So there's a transmitter plugged in to my computer that looks exactly like it. So it's plugged into USB, and then this sends a signal to here, and it connects to it. And then I have it, like, it's too high right now. I have it in my Whatnot, so you don't hear static or anything, right? So I'll take a clip of myself if I'm live, and I'll clip myself so I can hear it back. So if you did a show and you hear it, you probably don't. Depending on what phone you have, the mic on the phone is good as long as it's not in a base where your phone is like this. So you're like on my iPhone, my case doesn't cover right? It doesn't cover any of that. That's where the mic is down there and the speaker. And it used to be up on the top. It's not anymore. So it's down here. So when you have a stand and you have it in the stand, you're going to sound muffled. So my stand, I use a couple of them. Usually it grips around the side, and then, or I have something like this and it rests. Obviously it rests this way. But you have to watch out for down here because your cable will get damaged if it's bent. So you need like a 90-degree adapter. They're a couple of bucks. Nate's Lost and Found. What's up? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. What up? I hope you had a good show. Thank you. Thank you. We're just talking about Whatnot. But we're probably going to raid in a little bit. Oh, why does Whatnot do this? Yeah. Dance out. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm trying to tag you, but sometimes there's this. Oh, yeah. It's not letting. Hmm. There it is. That was weird. It wasn't letting me share you. Thank you for the raid and appreciate you bringing your friends over. Welcome in, guys. We are talking about Whatnot. We're talking about microphones right now. You're watching a seller today that does storage units, and it was so smooth, and he was walking around. Oh, with that? Well, that's cool. I love it. I got one of those, and to be honest, I had the one. There's a new one that goes out a little bit longer. As a woman with a chest, it's kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of awkward. But some of them, if they're tightened, it's all right. But you're moving around, it's gonna bounce around. So let me know. I want to know how yours is and which one you got, and some feedback. I didn't use it on my live. I used it on like when I was filming some YouTube content. Okay. Can you tell my friend William to stop saying mean stuff to me? My parents aren't around and I don't know what to do. You have to learn to speak up and stand up, even if you stand alone. And don't let your friend tell you that. Okay? You're probably a kid, I'm guessing. Those aren't doesn't sound like a good friend. So I would not tolerate that, because when you let people treat you this way and you don't say anything, you're allowing it. So learn now. It'll save you some issues later. I'm sorry about that. Alexander, what's up? AI is demonic. You guys heard it right there from Real Roy. Real Roy over on YouTube said AI is demonic. Hello, Erp. Okay. You're going to test it out tomorrow? What most don't get is the mic is not the issue. It's their phones and the volume. Yeah, and you know what else it is? It's them having Bluetooth on and connecting to a speaker, because there's only one microphone on Whatnot, and it's trying to connect. So when people are talking and they have music in the background and they have Bluetooth on, if their voices go in and out, it's because it's trying to do this. That's really annoying to me as a seller. I've been in some shows and I'm like, oh my gosh, the music's so bad, but I love the seller. Like, do I tell them? And I'm like, nah, I'm out. So imagine if that's just me. I know a ton of people that can't be in those shows either. Yeah. It's the phone and volume. Yeah. Or sometimes they have it in a mount. Ask if the friend is online or a person that doesn't sound like a friend. Maybe block them. Yeah. You might want to block them too. They just come to streams and drop that too, usually, but I always like to answer. Okay, listen up, listen up. Uncle Luke said him and his dog are on the way. They will deal with oh, D, why in the first show Whatnot does the dinging? How do you turn that off? What dinging? I haven't seen that. Thank you, doggo. I knew you'd take care of it. Yeah. Look at your doggy. Is that your doggy right there? So cute. I haven't heard the dinging. What is that? Buddy, I love it. Yo, we be flipping. Good morning. It's like every time it sells it ding on Whatnot. Where have I been? I don't think oh, maybe for new sellers only. You guys get all kinds of fun tools. Is that a new thing? I've never seen it. It's like every time you sell something, it dings. On Whatnot. Oh, oh, yeah, it is. It's the tutorial thing, like when you're a new seller and it's gonna ding. I don't think you could turn it off. I don't know. Can you go into preferences and see? Maybe it's in one of the settings to turn it off. Yeah. You have it, you guys? It's so annoying. Because I'm not a newer seller doing it's like that tutorial, like your reach. Oh, wait. Is it because you have a promotional offer right now? Like if you sell X amount of items, like sell up to $150, you get $150 in the gift. Yeah. And Jen, when did you get approved as a seller? Pretty new, right? Recent? It'll tell you in a new show, it'll tell you that? Is that not the rehearsal mode? Or is that how the new ones are looking? Oh, you only had one show. Did you sell and you sold items in the show, so every time it's just to get you pumped up probably. It's to get you excited. Yeah. Maybe check the preferences. I don't think you can until you reach whatever milestone they're pushing you to reach. It did and maybe it's a new thing. I need to ask Whatnot to turn on my set. I need to get another seller account so I can test out these. Yeah. That tomorrow I'll email and ask because I already have an email in asking for some other stuff. Okay, new seller alert, huh? And it does like a ding thing, and you're trying to figure out how to turn it off. First seller show dings. For every auction you run that sells, it goes ding or whatever it does, right? No, I don't ask. Dear ChatGPT, I don't use that one. I like another one. I have a friend that's building this other one. It's kind of cool actually, but I use theirs. I don't really use it at all. The problem is with those, if other people don't know because they love them, is they make mistakes. They're they're inaccurate most of the time. And friends, listen to me. If you go to Google and you say, "How do you ship on Whatnot?" and then it has the AI answer, please know that the AI is wrong every single time on the shipping. It's 100% wrong. I've tested all the scenarios. It's giving you wrong info. So go to Whatnot, help.whatnot.com. That's where the answers are. Yeah, it is. Um, yeah. You found it? Profile preferences, auction sounds? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's see. Um, I think that's kind of new. Thank you. Thank you, doggo. You're the best. Okay, so profile, which is okay, view profile. Now it would be account. It's account preferences, and there's nothing for auction sounds in here. So, but maybe for new accounts they have a different thing, but there's no preference that says auction sounds. And I have the latest app. There's only haptic feedback, which is the vibration when you start the auction, but that's it. Yeah, do you guys see that? There's none. But do you guys have that in your account? Let me see if there's an update just in case. No, it probably doesn't have it after. It's probably just because of the milestone thing. Because could you imagine if when you're a new seller now with your account and then you sold 500 and it's still going, and then ding, 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 ding. That might be too much. Yeah, I don't have that option. There's no profile preferences, auction sounds. There's whole account preferences, and then everything in preferences is typically Unless it's another preference spot. Because even if I go to profile, there's no, I don't see any preference thing in there. Did you get that off, Doggo? Did you get that off Chat GPT? Let's see. Account controls, that's for like your time and your spending. Notifications. Could be under notifications. Let's go seller. Auctions. No, the only kind of notifications are like push, remote tools, seller guidance. I don't need seller guidance. Shows. It's all push notifications. I don't see any sounds. Promotional, in-app. Yeah, there's it's got to be just first couple shows. Yeah. Creative, you see it. Yeah, so I don't see that in there. I want to know. I think that came from Google AI. If it did, it's okay. It's just a good example of how it's not correct. Because that setting, I mean, I just went through it. I do have the latest update. Yeah. So if you did go profile, then preferences, that's not a thing. It's just like addresses, verified buyer, notifications, account controls, change your email, change your phone number, change password, manage passkeys, or preferences. And preferences has the country, direct messages, in-show activity. Is it in there? No. Display rewards, club status, connect community boosts with rewards, show real time, promote tools feedback. And then seller tools, clips of you, your past shows, which doesn't even need to be in there anymore. Sync contacts, never do that. Suggest account to others in your phone, never do that. And then because you don't got, you have, and the terms of service on whatnot, it says you must get consent from your friends to share your contacts on your phone. So I don't want to do that to my friends. I could send them a QR code. Appearance. So device settings, you could do light, that's all in the light or dark mode. And then choose your language. That's it. So I just want to know where it is on here. Because I be missing out. I need some of those bells. And hers was dinging too. I think it's just maybe the first show. So I think, Jen, we need you to test it. When are you going to have another show? When are you going to have another show? I know, peer pressure. So July 5th. Okay, so see if in that one it does it. Or maybe how many, let me see, how many items? Oh, I love it. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll bookmark those shows. How come I'm not following you? That's so weird. I already followed you before. Okay, so 11 items sold. Okay, so let's see if you got to get like 20, whatever their goal thing is. You're going to get the steps? Okay, because I've never seen any kind of sound because we've asked it for a long time. But for new sellers, that's a new thing. Yeah, I want to know where you can turn that off, but I feel like thank you for sending that link. That way I don't forget about it, Creative. I appreciate you. Yeah, find out about the dinging, please. I will ask. Like what's and they may not tell me. I can ask them what's the bell going off when they sell something and how many shows or how do they turn it off? Yeah, because everybody has a different tolerance and it could be the bell is too overstimulating for some people. Yeah. It could be overstimulating. Yeah. You want to what? You want to get it. Get it. Get it, Barb. Get it. I will say that it either will drive people in or drive people out or both. Yeah. Yeah, it's too much. We all love it. Like there's one app that does it like when you sell something, it's a cash register. Ding, whatever it is. and people were like, "Oh, we need that." I would love one for the marketplace, not in the show, but I would love one in the marketplace so that when I sell something, it does a some kind of noise, right? They could do a cash register. I don't think that eBay owns a trademark on that because it's a pretty generic sound, but something kind of sound. You got cash, right? Yeah, that's off on mine. But that's only when you start the auction and it slightly vibrates. So it could maybe be that. Yeah, so that was the one I just talked about, but it probably isn't gonna be for the bell thing. Yeah. It probably isn't gonna be for the bell because it would say that in there. I turn that off. That's a battery drainer and a half. Yeah, you go to account, preferences, and that was the one I was just explaining because that's the only other. But that's not gonna be for the bell. That's not gonna be for the bell even if it was. Yeah, it's not. What does say end sound? And it might look different on Android and Apple. What I just read, it should shut off and what she want. Where did you find that at, Doggo? Where did you find that it's gonna turn off sounds? Oh, I was asking you said you got booted, right? Did you search on Google AI or ChatGPT or one of those? Out of total curiosity, there's no judgment. Yeah, but where do you get that information from? Like, do you have a link? Right. It's a vibration. If you read what the text says, it only stops the slight vibration when the auction starts. That's not a sound. You will be provided with haptic feedback, subtle phone vibrations when the auction starts in a show. That's it. It's not for audio though. It's just for the vibration, which that will drain your battery fast. Yeah. There's not one for sound that I found in there. And I'm just telling you because I've tested a lot of buttons and the whatnot. Yeah, I was reading that because I was like, "It could be that. Try it out, Jen." But I don't think so. Yeah, it's when you start a auction, it does that. Yeah, same, doggo, same. It is for that too? There's so many notifications on the app. I have them off. You did a deeper dive than Google AI? Yeah. I was just curious because a lot of times Google AI is wrong. I've tested all the shipping just about all the shipping theories on it. Um Let me see something. Let me see in Whatnot if there's anything in actually, okay, I found a link for Whatnot. So a sold alert bell is a notification feature for buyers. If a buyer taps the bell icon, okay. So the no, that's only gonna be for like, I don't either. I'm looking at Whatnot's help center right now. I have to start a show and see if the bell is there. The bell is for notifications, not for sounds. Um, so I don't think that's correct. And I'm just right up. I mean I usually type in minus AI. I don't want the AI answer. So I put my if you type this in like in your search. So if I type in it'll remove the AI overview. It'll take it out. New level unlocked right there. A lot of times I type it. I don't want it because it's wrong info. Um, it might be the new seller match bonus. Let's see if there's PR on it. Here it is. No, there's nothing in there about it. I'll have to ask and see, you know. What up, web woman? How you doing? Good morning. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody say about that. So now Jen's getting me to do some research. I love it. Yeah, I think I'll get another account, and I have another account. I just don't have it turned on as a seller account. So maybe I'll do that so I can test it. Let's see if there's anything on desktop. Let's go to account settings. I doubt it. The only thing in account settings is preferences, payments, addresses, account, user reports, contact us. And then under preferences, it's direct messages, activity status, suggest account to others, which is Whatnot will suggest your account to your friends. You could do that. Turn that off. Because in the terms, it says the same thing. If you share your contacts, you have to have permission from your contacts. So I'm not going to do that to my friends. That's like, go and sign up on a website and refer it to 5 friends. They don't want that crap. I think it is. It's a tutorial. There's 5 steps. For example, there's 5 steps, and then you have to reach 5 steps. When you do it, you're probably going to get confetti, and then you won't probably get that anymore. No, it's not under real-time promote. I think it's just a thing that is for new accounts only, for new sellers. It's like an achievement thing, right? Because they want to bring them in. We'll find out unless someone has had a second or has anybody had a second or third show here and they were having the bell thing? It could be very new. Jen, when was your show? Your first show was what? Just recently, right? Yeah, I don't think it's in that real time because we were just talking about that, our vintage journey. Thank you. A couple weeks ago. So it could be relatively new to, new selling accounts because many of us haven't been sellers for a while. But like in Whatnot, I'm looking at their screen here. Do you still have the banner that says like $150 sales match bonus? Do you have that? Because that's what I'm wondering if. What do you guys think on YouTube? Yeah. Hello, YouTube. Yeah, so right here on Whatnot, I'm chatting. So there's a whole other chat. So we're just kind of like trying to find an answer on something. And so icon, that's pretty much what's going on. Thank you, Brady. I appreciate you. So I'll pop back. I am live. I'm not a bot. I mean, unless you want me to be a bot. Hi, welcome to the help desk. How can I help you today? I'm kind of goofy. I don't remember having that in my first. No, I think it's kind of new. Yeah, I could do that. Remember that girl that was going, and she guys remember, if you watch TikTok, the girl was like, yum, ice cream. Thank you for the ice cream. And she was real robotic. And that was like a crazy thing on TikTok like a couple years ago. And she made a ton of money, that girl. Hi, welcome. And, if you play around long enough, you could probably imitate it. You could probably imitate it too. I do get asked that all the time on YouTube. Are you a bot? Are you AI? I'm like, what? What? Hi, put some money in the jukebox and I'll answer your question. Yeah, I played around a couple times. I know, I know. It's always wild. Some of those YouTube lives are cray, 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 cray. They're crazy. Yeah. Every time, oh, the customer service is like a lot of companies are going to that. Have you seen these? There's these viral videos, and it's a guy and he's like trolling. He's trolling like an AI doctor. And it's a guy, and yeah. and he got like a video conference with an AI doctor, and they're sitting there, and she's like, "Hi, I'm a doctor, whatever." Which it's an AI calling himself a doctor. And oh, are they? That's good. That's good, Brady. So they were like, I forgot what the doctor says, like the intro, like, "Hi, welcome to whatever call. How can I help you today?" And he's a guy with a beard, and he's like, "I think I might be pregnant." "Oh, well, congratulations, and, we can da da da." And he goes, "But I'm a guy." And then it couldn't after he said a few things, it couldn't process. It was, like, freaking out, and he was trolling it. It's really funny. Yeah, there's a couple of people have that gotten those AI doctors. They hate it, so they mess with it. Um, oh, they have it, yeah, I never call them, I just pay the bill and hope for the best. I was scrolling one night. I hardly ever go on the YouTube lives, but I've been checking them out, and there was this person, like, who was, like, playing a whole bot. They were pretending to be AI. It was hysterical. They were good, and I'm bummed because I was kept scrolling, I'm like, "I'll go back." They were off, I didn't get their name. Yeah, a certain situation, you have to talk to a human. I mean, that's a whole is Jack Black thing still going? I'm not zoomed in. No, that would be annoying, I hope you guys would tell me. I think on YouTube, it's somehow I'm way back. Hold on, let me fix it because sometimes I get it, like, stays a minute behind, I don't know why. There it goes. Yeah, some of those YouTube lives, so to YouTube, if you're on YouTube watching, hanging out, thank you for being here. I have a whole other chat on Whatnot, so I'm trying to go in between both of them, so I might be stuck in a conversation, but I always will try to go check over to say hello to you guys. Um, yeah, so in the Whatnot app, the question is, I've heard you mention rehearsal mode for the first show. Can you tell me more about that? So rehearsal mode is in the Seller Hub. Actually, wait. Yeah, it's in the Seller Hub. So at the very top in the Seller Hub, at the top right, there's like these lines. We call it the hamburger. If you go to the hamburger all the way to the bottom under settings, there's a rehearsal mode one. Okay. And then when you get to it, it does this. It'll show your show, like it'll make a mock show. And then it says, you're in rehearsal mode. Remember, this is only a simulation. Bids aren't real and you aren't live, but it's good practice. It literally walks you through running an auction. So if I hit let's go and I'll have a guided tour, it'll have like fake sellers in, and then it'll be blinking like this one wants me to hit the bin. See how it's blinking around the shop? So if I go to the shop and I click it, now it says, here's how you pin a product, and it walks you through that. I highly recommend, if you can't do a private first show, do one of those. You can run through it for as long as you need to. Obviously, it's different when you're live. Like, it's completely different when you're live, because you're interacting with people and you're selling and moving the item. Where here is just like a guided tour to walk you through it. But that's where it's at. I highly recommend that people do it. It doesn't walk you through how to do shipping. It doesn't walk you through that, but it gives you the gist of it, and you could yell, you could pretend you're selling some Whatnot sneakers or whatever. But again, it's not, as a seller, it's kind of lets you figure out how to press the buttons, but it doesn't give you that engagement of how to talk to people and stuff. And you could just be as calm and cool as a cucumber as you want, or you can be yelling in your stream, come on, you guys, let's go. Come on, chat. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to run another one, another one, another one. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This is the same thing, but you're showing it and you're explaining it. Or you can be like, hey, I'm showing you this Fenton vase. It's, signed. It's got the original stickers. It's in fabulous condition. It might have a little bit of wear on this edge, and then you run it and you sell it. Thank you, D Archivist, for your purchase. You're going to get this beautiful Fenton Silver Crest compote. it's coming to you. I always call it out because the video receipts will capture that information. My picture might already say what it is, and I mean, my picture will match it, and my title might match the item, but some people do, like, random vintage home decor finds, you know? And if you sell 2, 300, you better get organized so that when your show's over, you know who the archivist bought these 3 items, you know? Yeah, and it does help you run the lives. You learn when you start, you don't know. You don't even know. You have to figure it out. Um, people can say it's not hard, it's so easy, shipping's so easy. I mean, it is easy for me because number 1, I've been doing it long enough, you know? Um, you figure it out. When you first start out, you don't know shit. You might know some things, um, but you have to press the buttons and keep doing it over and over and over and to make it work. It is hard work though. Selling live is hard work. I watch some of the friends on here that I've met and they're kicking butt and they're running their stuff constantly. And before you know it in their show, they sold 100 items. They got to wrap and pack and ship all this stuff in within 2 business days. So, yeah, the only thing is to turn your volume down to turn the ding off, correct? You've been on for a year and a half and you still don't feel like you don't know shit? Sometimes I'm feel the same way, like, sometimes I'm just like, "Man," 'cause some people are like, "D, you know everything." If I say this all the time, if I knew everything, I wouldn't be on here talking about whatnot. I would be enjoying a tropical drink on a beach somewhere because I know everything, and I'd be wealthy enough to not be on an app, right? I'd hire people to do stuff for me. But I do feel like there's a lot I could learn, like, you know, there's psychology behind selling. There's so many different things, like, we could be learning that could help us. Yeah. Yeah, turn your phone volume off. Just turn it off. Be done. Thanks for I know, and don't feel like because you see one seller doing things a certain way, don't feel like you have to mirror that. Watch some of those shows that have, like, high volume high volume. Just see how they're running it, because you may pick something up that might be really helpful to you. And you may also learn like, wow, that high volume show's so busy because they're making money. They don't care about community. They need to sell stuff because they have a rent or a mortgage on their business and they've got 14 employees to pay. They don't have time to build community and they do it through their show. But when I say build community, they don't do chat shows like that. Some do, but some don't because they're there to make their money their minimum. Yeah. How long have you guys been on the app? It is totally different, Jen. Totally different, I agree. I've been in sales my whole career. I'm I'm a photographer. I'm selling my service and the quality of my prints, my art. That's hard because, like, when I started doing, like, newborn photography, there was a lot of newborn photographers in my area, and they were, like, m moms who taught themselves, and it was awesome, but they were, like, literally charging 4 or 500 bucks for iPhone photos. And I'm just like, "I shoot on film and I shoot digital, what do you want?" And a lot of the moms were like, "You shoot on film?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, it's art." And they're like, "Oh, I like that." So I added value to that because then it's like nothing's it's edited, but it's in a different way because I can bring it in digitally. Um, but it was just a nice extra service. Some people didn't want that, you know? But I had to brand myself to not be well, some of them were doing like 50 bucks, 100 bucks. Look, they call it mini sessions. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not that kind of photographer. And because I stayed at that higher price and people saw my work, guess what? They had no problem paying me for that rate. 'cause I didn't BS. I said, "This is the price, this is what you get," and then they would book online. So I did the newborn for a while. I love doing that, but it was like, okay, I wanted to change it up. So then I ended up in product photography. Product doesn't talk back, product doesn't cry, product doesn't make, faces, so it's perfect. Oh, that's good, doggo. You came to Whatnot because you wanted to cut down on your overhead. 4 years, but buying, not selling. Kim? No selling? Not you not don't you just wanna collect. You're a collector or a buyer. You sell advertising, but this was so different. Oh, yeah, it's way different because I learn daily new needed information. Yes. Every day, like, I feel like I learn something new. I definitely watch a lot of chat shows, and when people talk about shipping, because everybody explains it so different, I kinda cringe because 'cause I'm like, "There's so many new sellers in there, and the seller's giving terrible information," and I can't tell you how many new sellers have come to me and found me and said, "Oh my gosh, I paid $50 after my show. I made no money because this person told me to do max shipping." Um, this person told me to not edit the box size or the dimensions or the weight. I paid $70 for $130, $230. So many different messages. Um, they are like, "I'm never doing that max shipping again." Because max shipping is not for everybody, but I feel like some folks put max shipping on and they don't edit the box size or the weight. So when the buyer gets it, they get notice from USPS that says, "You gotta pay $180 for your box." I see it all the time. And now Whatnot says, "No, we're not paying for that." If the seller does that and doesn't change it, they're gonna pay. And granted, not every box gets caught by the post office. So somebody could be selling a ton and they never change it, and 10 of them get caught in the whole year. Those are the ones that are gonna be charged. Imagine the ones that the buyer doesn't complain because they love the seller. It happens. And you don't know until it gets charged back. Like, if I ever have somebody that had I had 2 of them, and I change every box size and dimension, but I had 2 of them, which were the funniest part is they were exactly the same item to each buyer. The weight was off on both according to USPS, but it was not. I put the correct weight. So, I don't know if somebody had something else on the scale and they just pushed it through and they caught it. But it was like less than $4 for both of them in overages. So they are charging us for that now. Well, technically, they're not charging us now. It's coming later in the year. They haven't given a date. Um, yeah, each is different, but the best place to learn is from Whatnot directly. I will say that. Help.whatnot.com, learn from Whatnot. All of the people like myself, we're not the source. We're resources, right? Some people learn differently. Not every not every chat show out there is gonna give you accurate. I literally get my information from Whatnot. I don't get it from other sellers' chat shows. If anything, I cringe when I go to some. There's some great ones out there, don't get me wrong, but there's some that shouldn't even be doing chat shows, period. Hey GR, how you doing? I've been doing this chat show for over 3 years. It's a straight to the point, no bullshit, real talk. I do work for Whatnot in the sense of I'm a community host. I'm not a paid employee. I shouldn't say I work with Whatnot is what I like to say. So I'm selected by Whatnot to do these chat shows. My chat show on the topic is attracting new buyers is like in next week, next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday I'll be talking about how to attract new buyers to your stream. So come to that chat show. That's an official Whatnot one. They give me a topic every month, as they have for the last, I don't know, almost 3 years. So, they know that, I follow the rules. They've seen something in me, and that's why they've selected me. So not everybody is an actual Whatnot community host, but I did put on my website all the link to all the community hosts. So my website's drarchivist.com, no underscore. And under the events page, there's a link for all the community hosts. I have a lot of resources for Whatnot on that, but I don't sell anything on my website. Is there a way to, yeah, our vintage journey, I actually went over all of that earlier. You could watch the replay on my YouTube, but yeah, you can, you'd have to create a custom shipping profile. And then you'd have to select that item as it works best with one item ship, because it could mess up your shipping. But yeah, I did that a little bit ago. Yeah, Jules, where did you read the USPS announcement? On USPS.com? Yeah, Whatnot is eventually going to charge back for that. They were losing like $1 million a month. And I talked to Tom, who is like the chief product officer at Whatnot, at the Seller Summit. Max shipping only works if the item's sold for more than the full shipping cost. No. Max shipping only works. How so? I'm curious. I'm a professional buyer, but now I need to sell. I've heard that. Barb had a store at one point and then had booths and markets, but the overhead, yeah, it's too much, right? So then you're coming here. Yeah. Okay, wait. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Can't physically do reselling. It's so hard. It is. Totally understand that. And that's okay. I appreciate you being here. Okay, I just got a bill for a package from Whatnot. A seller that I really like, and she's been around for a while. It's only 6, but I was surprised. Probably didn't change the dimensions. Was it off on shipping? I am torn if I should say something to her or not. You should let her know. I would let her know. Like, I love shopping with you, but I thought you might want to know. I got, you paid for it. I got a $6 charge. Obviously, you can get your refund or a credit from Whatnot. But I would let her know because maybe she needs to fix her weight. And is it one of the sellers that run everything in 8 to 11 ounces? Yeah. Yeah. So sellers want to know. What do you mean, doggo? Not to take money from the app, but please, viewers, know that a promotion does not get the seller any money. What do you mean? The promotion is directly to Whatnot. A seller doesn't get any money out of that from paying for it, and that's okay because sometimes the promotion pays for itself. I've seen it from a lot of people. So, the other thing I'll say is, well, it's a service they're offering to push your show. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works. But I will never say to somebody, don't pay for it. Go figure it out and try it and see if it works for you. Because I have had a couple people and it's worked for them. So you think she does the 921 flat rate? If you had to pay $6, then she did something wrong. Oh, you haven't paid yet? You haven't picked it up. Okay. I wonder if it's and she messed up and put a flat rate box with a flat rate label or vice versa. Yeah. Is there any guidelines to follow for shipping? There is. Help.whatnot.com. Yeah. But like with that advertising, some people do pretty good with that paid promotion. I've done it a few times, but it hasn't done so much. No, well, everybody has, I think, customer service now. But I would just send her a message and say that, or wait till you get the package. If you're going to pay the $6, find out what caused it, right? Yeah, find out what caused it. But again, then I would write her. If you like her, I would just tell her. Yeah, say I just want to let you know I'm cool with it, but you might want to know that I got charged $6, and this is why. So if she's doing flat rate at 921, maybe she didn't put the right box with the label, but I've never seen him charge for that. Or maybe she put it on regular priority, even if she's doing flat rate, and she converted it and she didn't change the weight and it was more. They will charge you for that. You know what I mean? You ordered 2 things, one says 8 to 11 and the other says 1 pound. So that's what they probably did. They probably used a smaller box that's priority mail. That's my guess because that's gonna be like a 2-pound shipment. So check the shipping weight. Even if okay, here's one big important thing. So even so say you pay $9.21 and you buy a 1-pound item, but the seller ran it at 8 to 11 and then you bought a second 8 to 11 and that's 22 ounces, right? So that's default priority mail. Okay. If they pack it up and they threw in a little candy and a little something else, it's going to be like 30 ounces, let's just say, and they don't edit the label, guess what? You're going to get charged for that difference, even if you paid $9.21, because the post office needs to know how much it weighs. They don't care about your up to 5 pounds. How much is the package? If the label says 22 ounces, but it's 32 ounces, your buyer's paying for that 10 ounces. And then your buyer's not coming back to shop with you, or they're going to go to Whatnot to get a refund or credit for the difference. What up, ThriftWorks or Thrift Shop Car? Ugh, it always messes me up. How you doing, my friend? What up, bro? Are we there yet? Are you there yet? It's true. And that's where I think most of the mistakes happen is people think, they already paid for up to 5 pounds. But shipping, regardless of what the rate is, if the box is 1 pound they purchased or whatever, let's just stick with the 22 ounces, 11 and 11, they bought 2 8 through 11 ounces. They're going to calculate the highest weight in that base shipping uh, rate, 8 to 11, right? So it'll be 22 ounces. And then you got to put it in the box, wrap it up, but maybe it weighs more because you're only weighing the item. There's so many scenarios. Sitting in Paris, you fly out tomorrow morning. When is the meetup? Is it the day after tomorrow, right? That's gonna be fun. I saw JJ Shopper had lives. No, you have to edit. You assume that it is the rate's based on up to 5 pounds. So if you sell the person 2 pounds and the box weighs 3 pounds because you decide to double pack it or throw an extra goodie in it, you need to edit the shipping label before you ship it out to be reflective of what the actual box is. Very, very important. Packaged up. Oh, Friday? Oh, okay. So you're going, well, you need to go a couple days earlier. You're in the future anyways. Yeah. I just watched a video receipt. I bought a wall hanging probably about 2.5 feet wide and oh, it's not like a rake. Okay. So she rolled it up. It's an awkward size. It's not 2.5 feet in length, is it? Yeah, paid $9.21. The other one, I'm paid 0 for sure. Yeah, because you paid for a pound already. Not sure how a few I follow do free shipping. That is good customer service, but not a typical business model. Free shipping is not customer service. Yes. Some of those people that do the free shipping, there's so many factors we don't even know. They could be getting a deal from Whatnot. They could also be getting, depending on what they sell it for, like we don't know all those answers, but free shipping is not free. Yeah. If I had to do free shipping on here for what I sell, if I had a $5 item, it would be $15 free shipping or $12 free shipping, right? Because you have to justify that or you're going to be paying people to buy your stuff. It makes no business sense. That's what she does. So I paid the $9.21 for the first item and then nothing after that. Yeah, because she does max shipping. Max shipping. It's long. Well, it's major oversized, so that's probably why. If she does flat rate, then she's toggling off flat rate because you can't Frankenbox flat rate. That's probably what she's doing. So if it's 2.5 feet, that's 36 inches. Wait, no, 28 or something. 30 inches. Oh, you know what? That's the problem. You only got $6 charge because any packages that are longer than 30 inches have an automatic $15 charge. They have to be like 28 and cut. Yep. How much? Yeah, so almost 6. Yeah, that's probably why. It's an oversized. That's why you're getting the charge. She probably didn't do flat rate. She probably toggled it. Yeah. I would definitely get the package, find out why, see what kind of box it is, what the weight on the label says, what you paid for shipping weight, and then weigh it. Since you're a seller, you know. I would just see. Then if you feel like you need to tell her, I would tell her. Yeah. Yeah, just get a receipt. They will give you a credit, but you can ask for a refund, yeah. Because you shouldn't have to pay extra. But I would weigh it and see and measure it. It could be that she left it at 12 by 12 by 12 and the 5 pounds is based off that. But if she didn't change and edit any of the shipping, it probably paid for that. If especially if you said it was like something like 2 pounds, it's going to charge for the difference. So if it's 2 pounds on paper, but theoretically it weighs 4 pounds, who's paying for that 2 pounds? And the post office caught it, obviously. And it depends. There's some mail carriers that process and they're like, this ain't no 1 pound. Or like somebody, and especially when it's 30-inch box. A 30-inch box, that box empty, like depending 30 by what, it could be like a 2 pound box. Is it a heavy duty box? It could be 3 pounds just for the box. It's a real deal. They do. Yeah, but they can't run their own box set flat rate. They just what they do is when they do a max shipping, they run everything max shipping and flat rate. And if it can't fit in a flat rate, they can convert it to be not flat rate. So they do that a lot. And they just print the label at 5 pounds. Yeah, I would just let her know so she could be aware. I think some people run by average too. Yeah, I know for me as a seller, I would totally want to know because I don't want my buyers to pay a dime. And I would question, like, how is that happening? I'm literally right before I go to put it, I weigh it just to make sure. Yeah, I do. Even after all this time. You did free shipping a few times, and it was both beneficial and detrimental. Benefit was it brought more people in, detrimental when buyers bought one. Yeah, but so let me ask, was it a good business decision, We Be Human? Web woman. I don't know why I keep saying that. Yeah. Was it a good business decision? Like, would you do it again? I have a couple of friends that have done some pretty good volume on here, and they did do free shipping, like the Hodgepodge place. She's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that again." And she sells a ton of stuff. It's not sustainable. I agree. Yep. So no, you wouldn't do it again. No, I would want to know so I could learn and I could give you the money. Yeah, well, you can't really give your buyer any money. You cannot refund your buyer with like Cash App, Venmo, or none of that. You will get kicked off. You just have to let it go through the process. And then if somebody has a thing and it comes back to you, you have the opportunity to refund them. Yeah, you have the opportunity to refund them in the app. If you have the customer service. I was in the beta, I think it ended, but we all should have it pretty soon or now. She's kind of a rebel, so I think she probably knows what she's doing. Probably. She sent me large things in the past that I didn't have to pay for. Yeah, people were getting away with it, but now I think it's changed. Well, coupon requires the person to make an additional purchase in your stream. So I mean, you could always do it any way you want, but you could also like apologize in a message and say, "Hey, come to my show and your next purchase, I'll make it right." And then don't just say if they buy some, say, "Hey, I had a mistake. I just wanted to let you know I'm going to make it right. I'm putting this in your purchased item just because I can." Yeah, but don't say, "Here's a gift with your purchase." You can't do that. I can say that a good percentage of sellers would want to know that. But, like, understand that a lot of new buyers, if you have that and you send them a message, they might not even see it because they may not know how to get the messages. Because I've had a few people do that too. Because things happen, the post office, there's no guarantee. It used to be they would guarantee that your package could get delivered within, if you did priority mail, it was like a guarantee on, 2 to 4 business days. That went away. They used to have to give refunds. If it didn't get delivered with 2 to 3 days in the period, that you could get your money back. I don't even bother. Do sellers get in trouble if a buyer goes straight to whatnot for an issue instead of going to? Well, they have to send a message and get help with the order. So it depends. No, they're not going to get in trouble, but like if a seller has sold an item, printed a label, and hasn't shipped it, because believe me, we know, and 5 days have passed, shame on the seller. They should have shipped it already. It should have been shipped. Sure, somebody has a big volume show. So what? The rules are you got to ship within 2 days for everybody. So I wouldn't message the seller right away. I would figure out, okay, they're in New York and they're shipping to California. It's probably going ground advantage, so it could take up to 8. It's usually not, but like 5 to 8 business days. So I'm gonna give it a few times because sometimes even though packages get scanned, they don't always update right away. So if I didn't get a package like, I don't know, 7 days, I'm pretty patient because I know the service is not where someone's driving up to my door and delivering it, right? They're not doing it, shipping it from a warehouse and then it's coming here like that. It's coming from a small business and it's going to the post office and it's getting scanned and then it's going the next day and it's having like 20. I kid you not. Every package has about 20 scans till it gets to you. You just can't see that in the tracking. That's internal with USPS. It literally, they GPS track everything. Um, so if a seller is, they might get a warning if they are shipping late all the time, or they get like, hold on, I read something and then it took my mind off it. Yeah, so the best thing to do is if you sell and whatnot, and you have a full-time job and you're trying to like do this too, the best time for you to do a show is on a Friday because then you have Saturday and Sunday that doesn't count against you. So if you had a Friday show, you got to ship on Monday. That would be 2 business days. You know what I mean? Because it takes your ship time starts, which doesn't make sense, but if you sell an item, you have 48 hours from when it's sold, not when your show ends, when it's sold. It used to be that when we ended our show, our shipping time started. So the clock to ship is 48 hours after the item is sold. 48 hours after the item is sold, unless it's on a Friday and Saturday. I don't care how much volume you do. If you're doing massive volume, then you should be able to ship it. But understand, most of the people doing massive volume have staff. They have staff, they have procedures, they have processes. You hate the 2-day shipping? How many days do you want? I think the 2-day shipping has to do with buyers being impatient. Oh, I do too. Yeah, after item is sold. Because I asked Whatnot, it used to originally be when the show ends, which makes all the sense in the world, but I think it's because of the timestamp. So how does it even work? Because there's people that do like a 24-hour show, like Joe Hollywood. He does 24-hour streams. I'm just curious. He has pretty good ship time. He does have staff. I don't think he has a ton of staff. I'm gonna ask him. Actually, let me see. He's alive right now, but I was just curious what I didn't really want to go in his stream. I was trying to look at his profile. So his shipping's 1 day average. I mean, he sold 250,000 items. Yeah, he does. He does 48 hours on weekends and 24-hour Friday nights. He's on tonight doing the treasure hunt thing with Trader B. Yeah. Um, I know. I wish that it used to be like that before, Darren. I don't know why. Hey, wise old bag lady. What's up, Bev? Bev it up. Um, I have bought from a seller that sells 2 to 3K items a night, depending on they get it out in 24 to 26 hours, so no excuses. It's true. But they have a staff. They have a staff. Um, there's no reason not to get it out. Yeah. What happens to sellers if they don't ship in the time frame? Their ship they get dinged from whatnot. They have like account health, and so little by little it goes down. But if you ship on time all the time, and say you have 100 items you ship a month. Say we're like real part time, and we ship, which a lot of people be like, dude, 100, that's a lot of orders. But just say in the month you sell 100 items, and 95 of them ship same day, but 5 of them ship on the second day. You're still going to have less, like I have less than 1 day ship time because I ship same day, next day, every time. And it's a 30-day average. It's a 30-day. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, Tiny? It's a 30-day average. So in 30 days, I have shipped 100% of my items on less than 1 day average. But like one time, right? One time I had an order from someone that it was a whole mess. It was a mistake. And then I sent it. It was a mistake. It was my fault. And then I finally sent it because I fixed it. I just missed something major and it got delivered. It was like an extra 5 days. The person was cool about it. But guess what? You know how many items they purchased? 27 items. So because that got shuffled back and forth, it made my shipping late. Not on my page, but on the back end. And it dinged my account and it took my selling from 100% on my account health to like 93.5 or something. But it made 27 of my items late. I hated that. But now it's back to 100. It refreshed after 180 days. So don't stress out. Yeah. I'm a me, myself, and I seller. I don't have a staff and I don't do high volume, but even if I've done shows where I've sold 100, I've sold 80, I've sold 300, I always ship within 2 days. So I don't make excuses. I make it happen, you know? I just had a show, sold 26 pins. I'm shipping them out tomorrow night. There you go. Good job. Whatnot is big on hour and minute, not by the date. I need to go live by the 24th. For your promo? Oh, now it says 7:50. Yeah, they do hours. You're right. I always scan as I'm taking it to the post office. Or but I don't like pack one up, scan it, pack, scan, pack, scan. I wrap, pack, prep, label, put it against my wall over here. And then maybe like within an hour or so, I'll scan them all. And then I put them in my IKEA bag and take them to the post office. Sometimes I scan at the post office. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes your picture will have the carrier. I don't scan just the label by itself. Please don't do that. You will get marked and flagged because that doesn't tell me that you actually shipped it. And scan the labels on the box and make sure you don't have them like laying on your lap, bare feet. Hold it up to a wall or on a counter where none of your personal stuff is around it because you can't edit or replace the picture. Okay, so don't have it next to other people's boxes because their information is going to be on there. And I sure as hell, you don't know if someone has an issue with somebody or they blocked them. And now on the video receipts, it's going to show their address. So, don't do that. I've seen it. Yeah. Um, oh, do they do 24-hour? Oh yeah, she sold a lot. 1 day average ship time. Yeah, I'm following her creative. called Donner Shop. Oh, wait, what did you say about your show? What up, Kelly? How you been? Joe's the one you bought from? I love Joe's streams. I don't go in as much as I used to because, like, I'm on so late, but, like, sometimes I'll go in there and he'll always say hi to me and stuff, and, I used to watch Joe when he was, like, in his basement. He had, like, 5 or 10 people in there. So he's put in a ton of work, and I love the yelling. I crack up at it. It gets exciting, you know? There's not a lot of streams I like that. But, I love the shit he brings. It's cool. Yeah, one of those feet people. Yeah, somebody did their picture of their item on their lap. It was hysterical. Yeah. I had a few people, but nothing weird. But there were some people who just scanned just the label and not the packaging. Don't do that. I had a girl do that and then cover her address, like, "Did you ship my item or not?" I mean, I don't care about your address, but that's just another reminder that, Naked Maple. "What's up, my friend?" You heard feet and came running. Okay, said the girl who, used to draw feet pics. I'm still waiting for my picture. I never got it. You gonna draw me one? "What's up?" She lurking all the time. I knew it. Um, I'm not a cardboard buyer, collector card buyer, but he is a hoot and follows me, so yeah, I love the energy too. Yep. The shows are just good. Yeah, and he's had done some really good things for, like, charity. I think, like, too, when people start, and they grow on an app, and there's always gonna be, like, the haters and stuff, but the haters be hating because they didn't think of it first. It's true. It's true. Like, I see that with a friend of mine who created trading cards, without going into it. I see it all the time. Someone's jealous, so they copy you, but they can't make their next move until you make yours, so haters make an audience. You got that right. They're also good for the algorithm because they're engaging in your chat. Very true. I get the trolls on the YouTube. I don't and I'm just like, "Okay, thank you, trolls." I got monetized on YouTube because of trolls, so I'll take it. Yep. If you guys still watching on YouTube, thank you for being there. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. It's true, though. But it helps the algorithm big time because 'cause they're commenting, and some of the comments, I'm just like, "Wow." Talk about ballsy, but they keep going. Mhm. Like, people like Joe, they keep going 'cause they can burn them right back in a fun trolling kinda way. Oh, my YouTube is the same exact name, D_archivist. I just keep it simple. But yeah, I have it over there, and then I do a lot of the chats. I'll sometimes sell. When I first started selling on Whatnot, I was doing all vintage, and I loved that. But, like, if you have ever wrapped a 100-year-old vase or some kinda big bulky item, it's a lot of paper, it's a lot of packaging, it's big. So I started switching to, like, small items. I was gonna do some cardboard. I am gonna start a challenge in July for cardboard. I have, like, 100,000 cards I wanna sell them. Pokemon, basketball, baseball, football, hockey. You done did that, yeah. It's just tedious because 'cause I'm gonna do singles. Because 'cause I'm just gonna do and I haven't decided how I wanna do that because 'cause I'm breaking down all the costs. You know what I mean? For, like, packaging material because the envelopes, they still cost. Yep. So I'm just trying to get, like, the cheapest. Your kids are starting to run into the chats and thankfully come to show me. Uh-oh. People love cards, yeah. You don't get it? You don't get it? Like, for me, I grew up buying cards from the ice cream man, and I always loved baseball, so I started collecting all that stuff way before PSA or any of that grading stuff, and when grading came out, I'd already been collecting for, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years, maybe 10 years, and when grading came out, I was like, "They ruined collecting." They literally ruined collecting. You gotta put plastic on your card, so now some adult can use their money to, like, literally take it away from kids. So I was done. I sold all my cards. I had some kick-ass cards. And the other night I had a crazy thing happen on my stream. I'm starting to make these like my own like cards where I would cut up and I literally pulled a Michael Jordan rookie out that I was gonna cut my head out and glue it to the card. I didn't know it was a rookie. And I know cards, but I'm not a basketball. I thought it was like second year, third year. Yeah, it was M. Kiefer is like, no, don't cut it. That's like a good card. So I took it to the card shop to be graded. It's a big one. It's like really valuable. Yeah. My card guy offered me a certain amount of money, which like who would turn that down? But I just want to see what it gets graded. Xerox it and then do. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, you can buy reprinted ones, I guess. I didn't know that. When I started researching it, I had no clue. So it's on its way. Well, it's not on its way. It's like at the I think he's going tomorrow. It was supposed to go last couple days ago. He was supposed to go to do the walk-in, but he had to make an appointment for this one. I guess it's kind of a big deal. Um, but it's not like in perfect condition or like a mint condition grading. It's kind of like got some two soft corners, but it's centered a little bit off to the left. If that card, I mean, I didn't know. I had no clue. So sometimes it's worth checking your stuff. I just liked the way the card looked because he was kind of doing a slam dunk and the ball was up in his hand. And not really a slam dunk. He was like in the air, I guess. And I was going to cut my head over the ball because I'm making those cards and I'm doing all kinds of stuff with my card. Because I have my own like trading card. So I was going to cut my head out on it and glue it on it. Good thing I didn't. Yeah, good thing I didn't. I just set it up here that night. I had like a Jordan, a Babe Ruth card. Yeah. I wasn't gonna cut the Babe Ruth card up because I was like, "Oh, that's Babe Ruth." So, that could be a pretty good, valuable card. Yeah, someone's like, "Do a YouTube on it," and I'm like, "I'd be kinda nervous to do those kind." Be like, "Oh, look what I got." But I think that might be my greatest find of all. What does that mean, Crins? You trying to get me to say whore? Is it trying to get me Doctor Whore? I don't get it. Is that like a meme? That's from YouTube, you guys, because if you're wondering what am I talking about, I'm just reading some of the YouTube comments. Thank you. Thank you, Crins. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still kind of in shock at that. I'll be more in shock when I get the card back, which it should be Friday. I think Friday he said. So I'll probably go on Saturday when it's like real busy. Oh no, I can't go on Saturday. They have their like trading, they have their Pokemon club thing. Your husband just took your phone away and said, "What the fuck you doing here? You were sleeping for the last 2 hours." She's listening to me. She's over here at the D spot. Oh, I know. I did not know. It's a lot of money. It's the most I've ever gotten in a card. And you know what's funny? When I did that and because I showed it on the live, uh, no, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Um, I think I looked up like a PSA 10, and what did I say? It's like millions. Yeah, millions of dollars. And I think a PSA like 6 was like 30 or 300,000. I can't remember. I could look it up on that. It really is in good shape. Like the right side, the corner is like sharp, pack fresh sharp. But it's got the fuzz on it. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit less than that, but I don't know. I was like, "Oh, I'd be happy with a 4." But I'm also, like, nervous because that's, like, a shit ton of money. And then someone's like, "She's retired." I'm like, "Nah, not even close." But what are the odds? Like, it was just luck. Um, I've had those cards for a long time 'cause I think they came from I used to collect packs, and I would just put them and I opened them, and there was a ton of just like cards, and I would open it and just leave it in its place. What's up, Sable Lou? How you doing? Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I could kind of I grade it by my eye. It's still in the thousands. Yeah. I was looking at because you said I think I had looked up on like price charting. It's the Fleer one, and it said typical cost a 10 oh $271,000. But I thought I looked for here it is. Yeah, PSA 10 is 260 to 300K, and then a 7 is 48 to $5,000. It's still in the thousands, yeah. So we're gonna find out. Yeah, I know my baseball. Basketball, I mean, I know who the players were good at that time, but I didn't realize that was the rookie because that was the first year Flair made the card. Because I'm old school. I look on the back and if it's just got one line with the team and the stats, I'm like it's a rookie. But it had two lines, so that's why I didn't assume and it didn't say rookie on it. Yeah, and you guys got to be here, right? I know. I looked up the PSA one and I was just like, am I on the right site? Skeins? What? Tell me more about Skeins. I'll look. That's why I want to do this 100K challenge thing. I'm glad I looked though. It's not. It's real. I've already been told it's 100% real. Yeah, Sable Loot's real. 100%. A picture for the Pirates? What years? Yeah, it's 100% real and it's being checked out. I guess it's a hard one to find. But the guy's like, it's a trip. Like the right side of it's like pristine. The left has the left corners or just have a little of that fuzz. Yeah, so I have to see what he says. It's crazy. I know, and you could look like on I wonder if anybody has one on Whatnot. Yeah, 1986 Fleer. If you have a PSA 8, it's $6,200. And that's graded by Beckett. Thank you. I know, imagine if I had messed it up. I didn't know. I'm legit. I mean, I know a lot of things. I don't know everything. I like learning about different things, but that was one thing I'm so glad I didn't mess it up. Skeins, as you said, pirates. That was an awesome plan, right? I know someone goes, make a photocopy of it. Picture for the pirates. So what year Skeins? I'm gonna look it up. Okay, wow, $1,000,000. So I used to know baseball. I could look at a card and know his batting average, the statistics, what team, where they were born. I was very good with that when I was young. And I had my favorite players, Don Mattingly. I'm a Yankee fan. And that says like, 80, 83 and up. And he's manager of what Phillies now. Yeah, baseball all the way. So I grew up with that. And then I started collecting basketball. And so that was like some early, and I wasn't into it, but I would just buy them and put them in. And then I got into hockey, like not a ton, but I would buy the cards. I'd buy all the older cards because they were cheap then. And then I got into football. And football, I really liked football and baseball. But I still have a ton of my cards. I didn't give up. It is hit and miss, but I collected all. I have a bunch of like Brett Hull and Gretzky early days. I had a Gretzky rookie, no more. I don't have that. But I've had some pretty good cards over the years. I had a Mickey Mantle 52 tops rookie. Probably would have been like a PSA 3. Sold that many years ago. Mario Lemieux, yeah. I've had his. I still have some of those, but I don't know like I don't know how the value is on those cards now. Like as a collector, like collecting a player I like, there's no amount of money. Like my Mattingly's I wouldn't sell because that's my childhood. Christy Boobs, what's going on? How you doing? I wouldn't sell it. I was in the era of like, Jose Canseco at the time before he became, a cokehead or he was doing some crazy stuff. Doc Good and those guys, their cards were all going way up and there was no grading. And then they were drug addicts and it came out in the public or they were using that drug, to make them stronger. Forgot what it was right now, but you know what I'm talking about. And then their cards tanked. Yeah, Sandberg's your guy, Nolan Ryan. I know, so many cards back then because they weren't worth a lot back then. Steroids, that's it. Yeah, they were shooting steroids and they got, like Canseco got big. Maguire, I don't think Maguire did it, but I collected all those cards. I do have Maguire rookies. I kept them. They're part of my childhood. The card shop that I actually used to go to, I knew the owner when he was a kid. Now he has the largest, um his shop isn't the largest in the country, but he sells singles, and he has this insane, like, single you could buy singles from him. I wish he would come to Whatnot, but he's live on, the Bay doing lives there, and millions and millions his kids are running it now, but I've known him for years. I'm not sure. I think both, because I think he wrote a book and told all, and it came out, and I think he had, like, a reality TV show, I don't really know. Yeah, but I remember I would go to this card shop, and Rob was the owner. He was a young dude. He used to wear this, like, white shirt and blue jeans, and he was cool. Now, he's a little bit older than me. He's still cool. I see him sometimes. Because he's how kinda, like, I really got into cards because this other guy, Mike, was, like, a big time Yankee fan, but he was, like, the youth, coach, and he was having a baseball card trading club, and I was, like, a 5th grader, and I remember my mom's like, "You should go to it. You like buying cards?" And I said, "Alright." And I went, and I was the only girl, and it was all these boys, and they were all nice. Um, and I remember going to that, and I was still, like, collecting, like, those cards back then. And then the guy, Rob was his name, he was donating cards to our card club, and he used to have, like, this board, and he had a board, and it was not an auction board, but they had, like, grab bag stuff, and I remember seeing that's how I got I got some Babe Ruth cards and some of because they had a lot of old cards, but people weren't buying those back then. But he used to do this thing where you could buy quantity, and he had Jose Canseco rookies, but they were like 20 cents a piece or a dollar. And I remember my dad going, "You should get a bunch of those." So I kept buying them. Yeah, it was like a whole you had to be there kind of experience, you know? Right, they didn't, exactly. It's so weird, like, the memory, like, I have of that. But the guy it's Burbank Cards and Coins. It's not coins anymore, it's Burbank Cards, I think. He's like a big time, singles dealer, but he has massive cards, Pokemon, baseball, basketball, football, everything. Yeah, I wish he'd come to Whatnot. I told him a couple years ago. Your daughter was 2 years old and loved Grippy Jr., yeah. I think Sosa too was involved in it, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I know they test him to make sure, but who knows? I just know that, if you're gonna be a role model for kids, because kids look up to you, don't be shooting steroids and then go out and be part of the Boys and Girls Club of America kinda thing, you know? Be a good person. But, sometimes it's, no one knows till you're there. Yeah. Junior has always been awesome. Yep. I think probably he stayed away from all the crap. There were a lot using it in that era. Yeah. Yeah, it only took one of them to get in trouble, and then they all just come crashing down with it. Yeah. Yeah, Skeens, I'm trying to figure out the Skeens guy. Oh, shit, you gotta go to work? You better go to bed. I'm on every night. I'm glad you came in here. Oh, I see him. Paul Skeens, right? Oh, I thought he was an old timer. He's a young kid. You're the boss? So what you say goes. Got it. Oh, okay. He's from the '90s, this kid, right, or no? No, he's not. He's a new player. He's born in the '90s. His card's a lot. Wow. So he's in the name sounds familiar, like, I think I have a couple of tops. Yeah, because it's 75th anniversary this year for Tops. I feel like I have a couple of his cards because I did, but I don't know if they're anything. Yeah, I'll have to look. He's like a dog, the cat. Meow. Rookie's 24. Okay. I'm gonna have to look. What I did is I started sorting because I wasn't like looking up the card and pulling the good ones, but people were requesting because buyers are all different. Some want teams, some request by team. So under my desk here, I have 5, 10, 15, about 20,000 cards, and they're all baseball by teams. I don't think anything's in there great, but I just sorted it all. So there's Dodgers, Angels. I did some one night, but in July, I'm starting this, I don't know, 50,000 card challenge. I think there's 50, there's 100, but I think I'll start with a 50,000 card challenge. It's going to be tedious, but I'm not going to do it every night. I'll still do my Funko, my biddies, my vintage, but I'll probably do a couple nights a week in cards. So it'll be random. I'm not going to do requests. That's too much. But if somebody says, "Do you have any angels?" then maybe I'll run the angels. Shayman cards. Oh, I don't even know who that. See, I'm so like his strikeout rate is outstanding, but he is on the wrong team, even though I'm a Pirates fan. What team should he be on? Has Pirates even had any good? Sorry, any like any popular players like that who really? Oh, you call him Shayman? Is that Ohani from the Dodgers? His cards went up, I know, a lot last year. All right, creative. Good night, sweet dreams. Listen to your cat. Like bedtime. 60s and 70s were amazing. Yeah. I mean, what's their biggest player? Roberto Clemente. And then Willie Stargell. Let's see. I can name some. Yeah. Yeah. It was totally a different era. Nobody had, $40 million contracts. Players would like sign your card. You could send them a self-addressed stamped envelope. They'd send it back for free. They had little fan clubs. They'd always write you back and send you it. Now, if you write them with a self-addressed stamped envelope, they'll send you a membership flyer, for $50 a month or something. I mean, I get it. It's a business. It's their time. You never got into cards, but I once interviewed to be a designer at Upper Deck. They didn't pay very good. Yeah, I wouldn't take it either. I had friends and family that worked in their print shop. Peanuts. Yeah, they didn't wanna pay their people. Yeah, like dirt. I know. That's pretty cool though still. Yeah. I know. I always wanted to work at Upper Deck, but, I found that out and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not interested in that." And they're a pretty wealthy company. Yeah. Like, I think well, as the top's the oldest, yeah. Want a fun fact? Small town PA I grew up in had one of the first black MLB players. He played for the Phillies. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Who was the player? I love that. Sadly, jobs like that, a lot of people wanna work there so they know that they don't have to pay too much, and they're always right, and you know what they also like to do is they like to hire students who don't know anything, so don't know their value yet, and then they can teach them. They don't want you to know anything. Richie Allen, yeah, can't put what he went by on here because it's red chat, so it's like a bad oh, Dick Allen. Yeah, I was like when you said it, the first black, I was thinking it was him, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's it, Dick Allen. That was his name. which is Dick is short for Richard. Yeah. I mean, most people know that. In case you don't. Yeah, first in that town, right? Because Jackie Robinson's the first black baseball player ever. But in that, yeah, I know. It's just that the red chat, obviously you know that hello Lisa, you know that it doesn't know how you're using the word dick in a sentence. That's really why. And it's not a bad word. It's a word that describes something. It's somebody's name, but the red chat is just protecting the seller and the chat. That's really all. Welcome in, friends. We're just having a chat, a late night coffee talk. We talked about shipping. We talked about shipping on time. We talked about chat shows, not all created equal. Um, yeah, doggy's pretty close to just add the word style and it will be red chatted. It's just a protection thing. We don't pick the words. We can. I can mute words on here if I'd like to, but if I'm doing a selling show, I will mute the word shipping, promote certain things sometimes. Brady, that's cool that you mod for that many. Oh yeah, no. No, Jackie Robinson was the first, not Reggie. Reggie Jackson came later, but I think you meant Jackie because we were talking about that. Yeah, the very, very first Jackie Robinson. Um, I don't know his years. Let's see. But there was someone before that actually is not Jackie Robinson, but like technically I forgot his name. It's like Moses or somebody. Oh yeah. You're doing three things. It's okay. I want to say Moses was like uh I'm looking at YouTube to see if anybody wrote anything. Yeah, I think his name was Moses, but then Jackie Robinson like actually made it to the MLB. Yeah. Mr. October. I met him. I met him because I worked for a baseball card shop and they used to have card shows. I was like 17 at the time, and they used to be part of this humongous baseball card show. And they would bring baseball players in. They owned half of the production. And these guys weren't like all big stars, but it had Joyner, Canseco, no, was McGuire at that one? No, he was at the second one. Canseco, Joyner. Oh gosh, what's the other guy's name? He was from the Expos. Tim Raines, I think it was. Reggie Jackson, and then there was like two other players, and I got to meet them all. And the only one charging for the autograph was Jackson. 13.50 for the Reggie, 13.50 for Jackson. Otherwise, you can have them both for I think it was like 25, 20, a couple bucks off. I didn't want it. Moses Fleetwood Walker, and not related to me, even though we have the same. Oh, how funny! Yeah, he was. I learned about him in like a history. Like one of the when I took the baseball card trading thing, they taught us about baseball history. Yeah, it was so cool. Tina, what's going on? He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Oh, okay. Yeah, those were some good players in those days. I don't think he has a card though. Yeah, I don't know actually. He might, considering that time there was some other players they had cards. Does he have a card? Let's look. $18.79. Wow. Oh, I can't see actually. Does he have a card? Let's see. I don't know if he has a card. I was trying to see if there is a card of him. Oh, there is. Only one set. So 1994 Upper Deck. They made, like, obviously there's no old cards of him. Yeah, it's like probably where it's like a pioneers kind of thing where they show the first, and they have a photo that obviously has been digitized. You know the walkers. But you know Texas Ranger, what is he, Texas Walker? Yeah. Well, at least he got honored on a card. Those cards aren't that much, but you know, $3, $2 to like $10. Yeah. I'm glad he got a card, but that would have been cool if they took his card and were able to put any kind of fabric from his jersey or something. But I'd imagine that, his family has that or there's nothing. I don't know. He played in 1879. So was photos. They have a photograph of him. Um, but like he probably wasn't treated well. Um, and he was the first black man. He played Brooklyn Dodgers. I'm trying to see if there was any other card stuff, any other info on him. Yeah, so only the one card from '94. I wonder if then the Brooklyn Dodgers, they have like, I don't know what kind of archives they have, but I wonder. Well, you guys, I think we're gonna call it a night. It was a great chat. We were on for over 3. Um, I'm gonna find someone to raid, go to bed. Those of you to work, I gotta be up soon too. But it's so easy to just chat about whatever. And I think we had a nice chat. Let me see who's on. And I always appreciate you guys. Let's see where we could. I do like this seller. She always has cool stuff. Let me see what she's doing. I just like her. She's super sassy. She has cool vintage shit. And she's nice to listen to. She's just chill. But I just rated her, but let's see. So if you've been hanging out, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I might try to raid somebody that doesn't have a lot of people just so we can, spread some love. No way. He did. Chuck Norris. Yeah. The day after your birthday. Walker, Texas Ranger. I have a real good friend, Walker. I know a few Walkers. Actually, a couple of friends from like school. If you guys are just chilling out, thank you so much. Give me a sec. I want to try to find, you know, somebody that doesn't have a lot. So we're gonna set up the raid. Thank, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I will be on. Since it's Tuesday. I know it's Wednesday morning for you guys, but I started this show Tuesday, and so let's go to our friend Jackie. Haven't rated Jackie in a while. Oh, why not change something? Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. All right. So I try to do it when they have less and less people in there. Especially this show, I usually will raid first shows. Um, no, I'm not. I'm in California. Yes, thank you, Doggo. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming in and being active. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a nice stream, you guys. I appreciate all of you who participated, and if you just lurked, I appreciate you too. Absolutely. All right, what do you guys think? Should we? Oh, there's a lot of international shows on right now, so I forgot to look in there. Wow, a lot of Australia. US. Now we know. There's a France. Oh, I like that. We can see that now. I don't remember seeing that. Let's go check out this person. They're selling watches. They're waiting for the feet pics. That will get you banned. Let's go check out this person. This is Terry. I don't know that I've rated them ever, but they have 3 people and they're selling watches and all kinds of other things. Jackie, I almost rated you. What's up? Thank you for the raid. We're about to raid out right now. That's my friend Jackie West. Make sure you guys are giving her a follow. How was your show, friend? What's up? Hey, Jackie, a little bit of coffee. Actually, it's tea, but it's close. And I decided to have a cuppa, a little cuppa. Hold on, let me tag you right in here. Give her a follow. She's got all the little toys and fun things. But yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I'll raid Jackie. And then I was trying to find somebody that had less and less people. Go say hi. Hey, we're neighbors. We're neighbors. It's going good. It's going good. But I was on for a long time tonight with 3.5 hours. I did my coffee talk over here tonight. Another raid. Oh my gosh. Storesbach, New York City. What's up? Nicest seller. You guys give a follow. We're getting ready to raid out. So it's going to be like a triple raid, you guys. It's going to be a triple raid. How was your show, friend? Thank you so much for bringing your friends over here. Yeah, we've been on a little bit for tonight. Whoops. It's trying to make me raid you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Great seller. One of my friends here on the Whatnot, doing the thing, selling the sports cards. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're kind of having a long goodbye. Yes. Oh, sweet. Yeah, you're my former neighbor. I love Fullerton. Thank you, Storage Box, New York City. Look at this. New Jersey, New York. What's going on? So we're gonna raid with this seller. They only have like 3 people. So let's raid over. It's gonna be a triple raid. I don't think I've ever done a triple raid. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. What are you talking about? The Knicks? All right, let's go Knicks. Let's go. Since it's not baseball, I'll say let's go. Yeah. Mets or Yankees? Let's see. Let's see if I'm gonna like you after that Knicks comment. Come on, let's see it. Oh, I gotta go. Whatever. I'm a Yankee fan. Mets they're all right. It was Gooden. He messed it up for me. He messed it up. But hey, I know. It's all right. It's all right. You're still New York. There's exceptions for everything. Hey, my friend. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Let's go raid this person. They're selling watches. Hey, remember, we don't know if they're having a first show, they're having a hard time, but we could show some love in their stream, right? Uh-oh, doggo. I'm watching. I'm watching you. It's good. It's good. At least it's a New York team and you didn't say like Phillies or Pirates.